3, 2,
Dun,
1.
dun, dun.
All right, they can see our beautiful, exhausted faces.
This is why I'm wearing
Good morning, all of you.
glasses.
Where's my donate page, Tara? Actually, in my games, you have to donate to the players instead, which makes my life maybe easier or more difficult. I have no idea. It's quite nefarious, but unfortunately, I have a conflict, so I don't have a donation page. So you should donate to whatever players you either want me to cause more damage to, or whatever players you want to succeed more against me. But like, you would never do that, right? I'm sure you would never do that.
Yeah, who here hasn't hit their target?
I was about to ask that question too. If you want to focus on folks who haven't hit their goal, yeah, I love the idea of my games helping folks who are in them hit their goals.
That's very sweet of you. You're a very
And also,
sweet
speaking of
person.
introductions, we should do some of those things. Hi, I'm Millie, also known as Bunny Hearted. I had some questions about why I don't wear glasses on this channel, so I wanted to show you all because it's cursed and I go with cyberpunk hell. So I just sort of squint and everything, and it's certainly an interesting experience. I think I need smaller glasses or contacts or something, but
Or something with an anti-reflective
I will just be
something.
fully squinty face. My pronouns are she and her or they and them. I am a dork-ass VTuber over at twitch.tv/bunnyhearted most of the time, but I'm here all weekend and really excited to be supporting this awesome cause and these beautiful beings. And today in particular, because I'm running a game I've been hyped for since the day it came out, which is Hardware Island. I've been holding on to this book for ages, been pouring through it, and I'm really excited to hopefully maybe kind of understand the rules by now. I don't, but we'll see how it goes. Going in order for beautiful beings that I see. Why don't we start with Mr. Dorktails? Why don't you tell us who you are, who your pronouns are, and how your morning's going?
Hello, everybody. I'm Kelly. I use he and him as my pronouns, and I am very sleepy because this is day 3, but I will perk up once. This isn't my coffee. Hold on. Here we go. Everybody gets one.
I just have my standard issue BK2 Crimes mug.
Nice. Your army, your bones.
Oh wow, we all have really cool mugs.
Oh, I bought one of those mugs too. It's cool.
They're good mugs. This is I use my Spider-Man mug when I need to like have extraordinary willpower and great responsibility.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, super amazing.
That sounds pretty good.
Whip.
Next up, Robin. What you up to? How you doing? What's your pronouns? How you doing today?
I'm doing also very sleepy, but I will perk up as well once I get coffee into my system fully. But yes, I am Robin. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm doing great. I'm really excited to play this game. It looks super freaking fun. And this is a great way to not stress about the next game, which I am running. So, this is great. I'll keep my mind off of
I'm
that
really
one.
excited because I'm in that one. I do a little bit. Like, it would have been cool if it was the other way around, so I didn't have to stress about, like, starting the day running, but it's fine. It's fine.
I would have been dead. I don't want. I would like some time
to my
wake
character
up.
sheet, which is a thing in this system.
Yes, we do have burdens.
We do.
Are we going through our character intros yet or no?
So I think we'll actually give y'all a really, really good chance to do that as we sort of do a little opening thing. And apologies, I may have to ask for your patience on that because I want to make sure each of you has a chance to like really explore the character a bit and introduce them to the audience and to each other in like a tiny intro scene, which I'm usually hesitant to do in a one shot, but I think it works well for this one. Speaking of things that work well for this one, Michael, hi, you're next in my circling order.
Oh, we've got $5 to Christa from Tara.
Woo!
Fun.
Thanks, Tara.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tara. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
So, Michael, who are you? What are your hoedown pronouns? How you doing?
You said
today?
something about working. I wasn't expecting to be working today. This is Sunday morning.
I
and
just think that
I'm up at normal wake time.
Sit perfectly in this game. It's a good setting for you.
Well, in that case, hi everyone. It's me, Michael. Going with he/him pronouns, and let's see. What am I doing today? I had a bran muffin, which is the best way to start a day, and a cup of coffee, which is the second best way to start the day. Wait, no, I got those two backwards. And I get to be with all my famous friends here, so I'm looking forward to the chaos that we're going to generate.
There will inevitably be so much chaos. I feel like I need to introduce a character from a certain other setting in this setting, just because of chaos from yesterday at some point.
Oh no!
So, that'll be entertaining.
I'm scared.
All right, last but the opposite of least, How you doing, Kristen?
There's two of us.
Oh wait!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're right. Sorry,
I was like, oh,
Are you
I
never mind.
Oh, wait.
Never mind.
Or
I'm wrong.
Allie?
I just wait a minute. There's gonna be Allie there too. Okay, so second last, but the opposite of second least. How are you doing, Krista?
Perfect.
Tell
I
us
will
your,
accept second
your
place.
rad pronouns and how you doing today.
My radical hoedown pronouns are they, them, or she, her. I am ChaseTFX over in the chat. And I have not had coffee this morning, so we're going to see. And I'm out of energy drinks, so we're going to hope
Oh,
that this
no.
protein bar gets me through it.
Oh no.
We'll see how it does. Otherwise, I might run and make coffee.
I
but
believe in you. I think you've got this.
I appreciate
Okay,
that.
and then
I
actually
believe in all of you
last,
as
but also
well.
Actually, not least. I'm sorry, Allie.
Hello.
It's cut off from the chat window for me. I was like, oh, I don't need to see my own face. We'll be fine. But I am but a simple doofus. So who are you? How should we refer to you? How are you doing today?
I'm Allie. My username is Dazed Apricot. If you've probably seen my name in the chat, not my face. So here you go.
Say her name.
Phase debut.
She, her pronouns. My morning is pretty great because it's quite a bit earlier here, so I feel like a normal human. I'm a content creator over on TikTok under Dazed Apricot, and I'm excited. Thank you.
Oh, I'm gonna have to follow you on TikTok. I'm trying to use that.
Oh, yeah.
more. It's an interesting platform. So. Well, awesome. Well, I'm really excited to get into this. The way that we're gonna do this is I want to do a little like opening crawl, like picture the start of Star Wars, or there's that text across the screen, and then we pan down to someone, and then we're gonna go from there to each character doing a little introductory scene for each of you, and then we'll all gather together at one of your rad bars. That all sound good? Any last
Sounds
minute stuff
great.
we should do before I talk for like 5 solid minutes in a dramatic voice?
Ready
We
for
love
it.
you.
Looking forward to this.
Well, I
Donate
live
and
in-
enjoy.
Yeah, absolutely. Please, if you're able to do so safely, this is a fantastic cause that means a lot to all of the folks here and to me. I was actually a very small bean when I was a very small bean, and I spent so much time in hospitals, including like the first few months of my life. And Extra Life supports kids who were kids like me, who need stuff to do and support and medical equipment and all of that stuff when they're in a healthcare setting. And so I'm really proud to be supporting it. And that's why I'm over here all weekend, because I care a lot about this whole thing. All right. Opening crawl, gang, dramatic mustache. Oh gosh, actually, I sort of
Ready?
have like ridiculous notes on this. Dramatic mustaches for all of us. Let's go. All right. In 1996, a meteorite struck Earth's northern hemisphere. This caused incalculable environmental devastation that humanity is yet to recover from. But it kickstarted public interest and rapid development in space exploration. Now, in the distant future year of 2020, don't worry about it, the result is Grand Cross, the first O'Neill cylinder ever constructed, a beacon of hope and a launch point for humanity's future, but it's in crisis. The off-world cartel and oligopoly of corporate interests has moved in. They sell space exploration as a shared dream that they strive for alongside everyone else. But in truth, they aim for full control of Grand Cross, and by extension, control of the future of all of us. As their influence spreads, so too does inequality, corruption, and crime. They have convinced the current government, the so-called Unity Party, to privatize many of the systems that keep the station running, and things are already starting to fall apart. If their influence is allowed to continue, well, they're poised to become the landlords of humanity's entire presence in space, and the future will look very dark indeed. Our camera pans into the station, into a district called Epson. Epson is a rough and densely packed district. It's more like a strip, really, smushed between a bright and shiny corporate one, conveniently named Brighton, and an industrial one, Bradbury. This is a district where people really feel the squeeze, and recently, well, it's one where they feel terror as well. For you see, a killer is stalking Epson. Every few nights, someone dies. Their body is found stiff, face locked in an expression of horror, and not a drop of blood in their veins. Well, or at least that's the rumor. Station police haven't released any information, really, and are surprisingly quick to respond when a victim is found, which is, to be honest, a rarity in this district. And so no one really knows the truth. Troubling times are, however, a boon for local podcasters, especially the host of the ever-popular Hi-Fi, Tobin Slade, whose studio we now zoom ourselves into. You ready?
Yep.
Dramatic mustache voice. Well, I think it's sewer snakes, says the man on the call. They bit my dog Bessie once and she bled like nothing else. It's sewer snakes, I tells you. Nothing scarier. If you're so smart, what do you think it is, big brain?
Sewer snakes. You honestly believe that we have snakes in the sewers? That's not a thing.
They're down there. They're bitey. They're wiggling around all the time. They'll get you.
No one ever talks about seeing anything down there, not even rats. So what are you implying? That the snakes are eating the rats as well?
Well, I don't know. Maybe. I ain't seen a rat in ages.
And who exactly would be wandering around in the sewers anyways? I mean, honestly, if you're going to be down there, you probably deserve to get eaten by a giant snake. Next caller.
He scoffs at you as you hang up on him. As you reach for the button, who do we see on frame? What does Tobin look like?
Tobin looks like, well, some people refer to him as a wannabe English git who has such an opinion of himself that, you know, they just have to let their opinion slide when they call into his hackneyed podcast to give a slice of his opinion. And of course, Tobin is more than happy to hang up on them after calling them a bunch of narrow-minded snake conspiracists.
The snake conspiracy is really catching on today, it seems.
But then on the other hand, he's also more than happy to talk about muffin recipes with old grandmothers. So there's really not too much of a middle ground. It's the wide variety and slice of life in pretty much this strip of the world.
Well, that sounds good to me. And on your sheet, you actually have is it a trait, which causes folks to be very, very polarized when meeting you. They've got like a 1 in 3 chance of loving you, a 1 in 3 chance of hating you, or a 1 in 3 chance of not really caring too much about you.
Yeah, probably never even heard of me.
Yeah, which I think is an awful lot of fun for a character in this like this, because I get to roll that right now, because next caller. Oh my gosh, okay. So next caller comes through. Do you have a producer?
Yes, it's called myself. My entire podcast studio is essentially a cubicle that's kind of annexed onto the back of a garage, and he pretty much lives under the desk, which is where he also produces from. He makes it sound like it's a giant production with like huge staff, but no, it's just himself with wires.
Automation helps with that too, and you've got some friends who can help you set up some nice automated things.
Yeah, wires are dangling everywhere in the background.
Because the next caller's coming in, you've got a little like printer fax machine on your desk that's gonna beep 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 churn out a little strip of text giving you information on the next caller. Her name is Granny Smith, and she's specifically calling to talk to you about a muffin recipe.
Next caller, Granny Smith. How are you doing this morning?
Oh my goodness, my darling, my dear, my sweet boy Tobin. It's so good to hear your voice. I'm doing amazingly today. I just want to say that your muffin recipe was the sweetest thing I have ever made. And I'm wondering, Tobin, my dear boy, are you single?
Well, you know, I'm sorry. It was Granny Smith.
Yeah. Possibly an extremely fake name.
Well, you know, my personal relationships are something that I try to keep rather private. I am rather popular with several crowds, but you know, I'm always open to potential future relationships. Did you have something in mind?
So good. So I've got the most beautiful granddaughter. I think you just love her so much. She's got half chrome body. She looks so pretty, and she just really, really loves. Oh my goodness, she's gonna be so embarrassed that I've called in. But I just have to say that muffin recipe, it was so amazing. It's so much nicer to hear stuff like that.
I have to interrupt you.
Those super snakes.
You said it's half chrome. Which half? The inside or the outside?
Oh, you know, I feel like I shouldn't be specific on the phone.
Top half or bottom half?
The good one.
Left side or right side? I'm just curious here. I mean, you said half.
I think it's all left.
Oh.
It was a terrible industrial accident, actually. I'm gonna get in so much trouble now. I'm so sorry. I gotta go.
Oh.
We'll hang up on you.
Okay, well, that was just Granny Smith with her.
You can hear people giggling in the background.
With her dating advice. Well.
Yeah, absolutely. you've probably got time for maybe one more person on the call before you've got to go. You've got someone else you're pretty darn sure wants to talk more about snake conspiracies. And another person who wants to try to introduce you to a recipe that's been in their family history for generations. It's your choice which one you'd like to go for.
Well, looks like we have a couple other callers on the line here. We have another snake conspiracist. Honestly, we've had 5 of them today, so, you know, I've already hit my quota. Save your calls for tomorrow. Here, let's go to the other call. Caller, you're on the air.
Sounds good, sounds good. So this person's name is Connie Alandvik. They're a lawyer. And they spend literally like as much time as you will give them talking at you about the intricate details of a very boring pie recipe. They're going to walk you through the exact measurements of every little bit of flour and lecture you for as long as you will list about how exactly flat that needs to be in your measuring cup. And I think by the time this call ends, you are really ready to be done with the day.
So, yes, that's another great recipe. We'll just add that into our
It is in no way a great recipe. It's going to be pretty dull.
We'll just add that into our vault and keep that locked away for the future. So it's been a great day, and looking at the hour on the clock, I'd say, well, we're going to wrap things here. And as I always say, this has been Tobin Slade, and you're listening to Hi-Fi, because if you're not high, then we're not fi. Have a good day.
I love this. I love this an awful lot. All right, so you're off to go meet up with the rest of the gang over at your friend Hell's bar later on. On your way out, though, I've got one question to ask you as a player. When doing character creation, you can set up a personal goal for your character. Does Tobin have one?
Yes,
or do you have one in mind now?
Make an actual like human connection with someone who isn't either a snake conspiracist or somebody's grandmother's recipe that they have to
you're not getting that on this island.
Voiced off on
snake
it.
Yeah, there's no escape. Everyone is a snake conspiracist in episode.
Everyone's a snake.
The snake conspiracy rides deeper than you could possibly imagine.
Honestly, I've had enough of these gosh darn snakes.
On this gosh darn station.
darn space station. I love this. All right, so we're going to do an intro for all of you. I'm going to give you all the order next, just so you know. So next, apologies for putting you on the spot, is going to be Mim. And then we're going to go to Harlow, then AV, and then Hell before we all assemble together at Hell's bar. So, Mim. I've got a question for you, too. Did we rename your roommates?
Oh, we never decided on that.
We still could, or we could just go ahead with it as it is now.
Yeah, we'll just go with Soyan, right?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Soyan. Okay.
Okay, awesome.
So Mim. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll answer questions.
So
you asked
let's do a silly camera pan. So camera pan just across town through the dirty and deeply distressingly snake-filled, maybe for all you know, streets of Epsom towards Mim's adorable little apartment. You can hear the tail end of Tobin's podcast as it comes to a close for today. You were listening in. It's always fun to hear from your friends, even if they have the weirdest callers. I'm curious, what is Mim up to? What does the end of the day look like for them?
So Mim is sitting in her apartment with her roommate Soyan, and they are just finishing up another session of their favorite video game, Crap. What was it called?
Oh,
it was
like
amazing.
Call of Commitment or something?
Or no, yours was like Crab Attack or something. So they're
Crab Duty 4. I have no idea.
Yeah, there you go. Crab Duty 4. They're quite
the most
good.
intense shooter ever created.
Annihilating crabs. So they're finishing up chatting. Mim is an electronic musician and sometimes DJ. She performs at local clubs. She was also the notorious hacker Pixel Kitty in her teen.
Dun.
And moved to Grand Cross to dodge the authorities. And they hide out in their little apartment, passing time playing video games. She's friendly, she's dorky, she loves messing with tech to see how it works. And then she shares her apartment with her childhood friend, Soyeon.
No, well, that sounds good. So Soyeon has been surprisingly she has not had her head in the game for the last couple of weeks, to be honest. She's always there for game time when game time comes to pass, but her crab duty skills are just not where they usually are. Honestly, she's kind of letting the team down right now. And there's at this point we're getting a little bit of a huge pile of ramen boxes and stuff like that stacking up in the sink. It's been one of those weeks. Maybe she's going through something. I'm not entirely sure.
So Mim kind of tosses down the controller and she's like, I really needed you to tank on that last crab. I felt like I was just cooking all of them by myself. What's going on?
Oh, I'm sorry. My head's just not in it. She says it's fine.
All right. Well,
Just stuff at work has me distracted.
well, when you're ready to talk, I'm here. But we have a
Of course,
lot.
Always. I'm sorry. I promise I'll do better next time.
I mean, you don't have to say sorry.
The crab
but,
was really hard, though.
I mean, it wasn't that hard. But I understand. We just have a whole team,
Maybe
and
we should just get some more sleep next time.
okay.
Jutting in for a sec, Loretta has given $25 to Allie.
Woo!
Thank you so much.
Amazing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
If you'd like anything for that, let us know in the
Is
chat.
it I was going to ask, is it for any nefarious and specific circumstances?
Nope.
All right. So I think Seon is going to return to her room with her bank of computer monitors and whatever weird contracting tech work thing she's supposed to be doing in there right now. She closes her door rather quickly, though, and you can hear a thump that sounds like maybe she's just gone to bed. What do you do? What are you up to before you head out to see your friends?
She just kind of half-assed throws some ramen boxes in the trash and just throws on her jacket and gets ready to leave.
Awesome, that sounds good. And then question for you as a player, does Mim have a personal goal?
Oh, personal goal. Yeah, she's just, she has a criminal origin, so she's always kind of trying to stay out of trouble in the real world and gets into trouble online. So just kind of trying to stay out of trouble, make some money. That's always kind of the goal.
Awesome, possible. That sounds like a pretty darn good goal to me. All right, so you throw your jacket on, head out the door towards Hell's apartment. We're going to pan next to a really, really dingy looking office at the top of a warehouse. How you feeling, Harlem?
Feeling good.
So you're in your office, and honestly, there are a crowd of people in here. Some of them humans, some of them very clearly androids. Your friend Gunnar is here, as well as some of the crew from a nearby factory, which is called Soft Corp. The story is that they make and ship toilet paper, but after going on strike for better conditions and pay, the government declared them an essential service, and they've now been banned from strike actions, so they're facing significant police pressure and violence and all of that stuff. They're here to talk to you specifically because for some reason they think that you can get them guns. Their leader seems to be Link, a labor android. What do you tell them?
Who is spitting around that I can provide you with firearms?
Gunnar gives you the biggest confused shrug. So I've got no idea.
Okay, look, I'm generously, I'm legal counsel. Okay, I'm not gonna provide you. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna provide you as an army. That's dangerous for the entire community, giving untrained people weaponry. I'll go speak on your behalf. I'll set up meetings if you want me to, but I'm not giving you weapons, Link.
The android looks at you and they're like, I thought you were cool, man.
I don't aim to be cool. I aim to be alive and to keep you alive and well fed. Do you really think it's going to help you if you guys, and looks around at this a presumably ragtag bunch of...
Oh, absolutely. Wildly ragtag. Half of them still have their little softcore badges on.
I'm not providing this with heavy machinery, even if I could. Heavy weaponry, even if I could. You're going to go up against the police forces. Really.
Yeah. You can even see outside the window right now. It looks like there is a like police cruiser suspiciously zooming past. I mean,
She's
it looks
probably
like
used to it. Let's be honest.
chunky, terrible '90s car, but it's in the future. Don't worry about it.
Exactly.
But it's
It
zooming
might float.
past.
Who knows?
Yeah, sounds good. Speaking of Harlow, what do you look like? What's your vibe?
Harlow's pretty sort of nondescript. Like they probably have a lot shorter hair. But they usually look like they've been in a recent scrape up. Usually because they step in to try and stop people from fighting, and they end up in the middle of it.
An unfortunate circumstance.
Usually, yeah. They're pretty beefy. They're probably little shy 6 foot, and just like not like ripped, but that kind of like you look at them and go, you just look a little hefty, and then they lift something, and you're like, oh, that's why. Yeah.
Secretly super hefty.
Secretly super hefty. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that does seem very reasonable as far as you and Gunnar are concerned. But Link and their little posse seem very unhappy with this response, and they're actually going to storm out and stomp downstairs. The warehouse bully was actually like active, like it's in use right now. So they're stomping out like past a bunch of people trying to do work. They slam open a side door and stomp out into the street.
Guys. I'm gonna probably walk down and like speak to the police officers that are waiting there if I can. If I'll kind of knock on the door.
They are very, very conspicuously outside.
Yeah. They'll walk over and sort of knock a knuckle and hands in pocket to keep warm. Officers?
What do you want?
I just wanted to give you a heads
Lower
up.
the window, just a slit, face with a riot gear mask on with the hood up, peers up at you.
Just keeping everything above board. The softcore workers are not happy. They might be looking for a fight. Just try not to start too much with them. I'm gonna try to make some meetings happen. If you can pass that up the line.
Sure thing, Harlow. They pull
Thanks.
off. You're not sure if you've met them before, but they certainly seem to know who you are.
It's tough when you can only see this.
Yeah, exactly. They seem pretty happy to have their visage slightly disguised here.
Yeah.
But all right, after sorting out this mess, and Gunnar is seriously very confused. He has no idea where they heard of this. He actually thinks that maybe this is a sting, but he's not sure.
God.
Who knows?
I don't know about you, but I need a fucking drink.
Yeah, you should go get one. Time's up. It's time to head on towards Hell's Bar. Also, question: what is Harlow's personal goal right now, if there is one?
They don't have any at the moment. I don't think I wrote any down.
Yeah, that's right. You don't need to have one. I'm just saying if there is one.
Yeah. Normally it's just gonna be helping people that need help.
That sounds like a pretty solid goal, to be honest. And all right, you grab your coat with a conspicuous, it looks like a blood stain on it, maybe. I'm not sure what's on the shoulder there or on the collar. Is that
On my
is that a
collar?
pin?
It's a Dork Tails pin.
Oh my gosh, it is a Dark Tales pin. I'm seeing like a slightly blurry version of it over on
definitely
Zoom. I'm like,
also
what's that?
thought it was a blood stain. I'm like, Christa, you are like going for the bit, man. Like,
It's a blood stain in the shape of the Dorktales logo. is what it is.
That's exactly.
The
That's
real-
I
the real
bleed
crime.
Dork
Very
Tails.
Watchmen.
Also, I'm realizing, Mim, I don't think I asked you to describe yourself. We want to take an opportunity to get some stuff across the audience and that too. You're welcome to take it.
Oh yeah, modern kind of look. She has a really cool kind of mod. She's got these Lucky Cat cyber eyes. So when she turns them on, they're a little computerized looking. I wish I had the contacts. That would be even cooler. So these eyes, they function as a little mini computer with a complicated hard drive. And she sometimes controls them with her external pink keyboard that she carries around. And they function as her hacking suite. So
That sounds fantastic, actually. I assume there's like a spot on the side of the keyboard to put a shard card in and all of that stuff if you wanted to do something real nefarious. Very excellent, very excellent. I love all of that. Speaking of excellent things I love that are deeply nefarious, why don't we pan the camera towards Evie's chop shop? So Evie, today you actually have a customer. There is Musubi, who is an Android VTuber, and she is looking for a internal hardware upgrade to better run her model, because she runs it herself on her own internal computer, and a replacement arm. Hers is totally out of warranty, it barely moves at all now, and she says it's expensive, but at least electricity is cheaper than food, right? And then goes to sort of like give you a nudge on the shoulder, and then realizes that she can't, switches arms and nudges you with the other arm.
Oh, well, yeah. Ain't that the truth? Yeah, no, I think we can probably get that going for you. Just a second. You might need to update the processor depending on what model. Have you done any other, played around with it without bringing it here before? Because,
to be honest, I move really rarely these days. Maybe it's jammed up. I'm not sure.
Let me take a look. Let me take a better look at that.
So I don't think you need to roll for it. This feels like a pretty trivial action for you. So you can go through and do some shigamanans and whap it and eventually get it working if you want.
Yep.
What do you two talk about? It's going to be a couple of hours while you're stuck here with this random nerd bot.
Probably talking about. Man, have you been hearing about the murders lately? Like, God.
Oh my gosh, I have been. It sounds really dire. You know, the chatter is that, you know, it's only whatever's out there is only attacking like humans. So like,
well,
does awkward finger guns at you?
Yeah,
I'm safe to walk the streets tonight if my arm works.
Well, hopefully you can get that going for you, but yeah, I might need you to be my bodyguard, cause boy, do I have nice blood in me. That's great. Wish I had like
nice juicy veins. Wow.
Just juicy veins.
Ask, are you flirting with me?
I don't know. Maybe. I haven't really dated an android yet, but you know, I could go for that.
I had no idea human romance is so involving veins. It's quite exciting. Goodness.
Typically it does
are activating. So you will shoot the shit somewhat awkwardly, maybe with Musubi.
Yes.
But I think you may have made a friend at this point.
Yep. Yeah, if not, at least going for maybe a good tip.
Yeah. Oh, you'll absolutely get a good tip. Which I'm now realizing sounds so bad.
Oh my god, yeah, that does.
That not in that format.
or.
I mean, you know what? Or potentially, it's up to you how the day goes. So also during character creation in this game, every like player character has like, you also alongside your player character you make a resident, and so I made one for you actually.
Oh, perfect! Thank you. Yeah,
we're about to introduce because I feel like it's an important person here in the role. But your day comes to a close. You do slightly flirtatious mechanical activities. You'll get her body working and have interestingly flirtatious conversations with a wildly incapable of flirting with you successfully AI. And then on your way out to go meet up with your friends at the bar, you're actually going to slam right into someone who is your neighbor, Dr. Korvik. She's on the way out as she's locking up, and she runs a like really grimy back alley clinic connected to your shop. There aren't really a lot of clinics in this area, so that's pretty good to have, I suppose. And it's not like you're getting entered into a healthcare system if you pop in there. She looks at you anxiously and muffles out a very formal hello, and then scoots off, her little like medical hover drone following after her. Then she stops and waves back, have a nice day, AV, and runs off again into the darkness.
You too, Doc.
She's running off literally wearing like a ridiculous doctor's lab coat. She looks like a complete doofus. Like she only has one outfit because she was only ever drawn in one outfit because it's a 90s anime, and so she just always looks like a weird doctor. Don't worry about it. She's going in the same direction you are, though, so you can follow her for a little bit as you head towards Hellspar.
Yeah.
And while we do that, does Avi have any personal goals right now?
Avi, yeah. Avi is really into her own vehicles, because during character creation, that's one of the things I chose. She has her own personal vehicle. So I put just like more mods to her vehicle. Like she's a drone operator, and if you don't mind, I'll also like describe the character as well at this point.
I was gonna say we should do that too as we go. I was gonna ask you to do that, and the drone that you have too.
Yeah. So AV, spelt AYVEE, but also like any online handle is just A and V, like audio visual, because yes. It long black hair. Ooh, I am out of focus, man. There we go.
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
You're so well disguised, the camera doesn't recognize you.
It doesn't recognize me. But AV's long black hair, usually in like grimy clothes that are just covered in like all sorts of like grease and oil stains, because she doesn't really care about necessarily her outward appearance, because she's a mechanic, and she's quite mechanically inclined to just work with cyber tech. In fact, she has modded and tricked out most of her own technology. She wears these like visor glasses because she has some cool cyber eyes that were probably installed by the doc next door, which
could
kind
absolutely do that.
cycled between like blue and purple. So she kind of but they're quite. It wasn't maybe the best job, so she keeps this because they're quite sensitive to light. And she also
Dr.
carries.
Corvick insists that that's an advantage in a combat situation.
Totally.
You'll see a muzzle flash and dodge on instinct, maybe.
Exactly. And with her, she has a small flying little drone, which for those that have seen Obi-Wan, Star Wars, Lola, the little like flying like little drone that Leia has, except her drone's name is D0RK. So
Nice.
she likes to call it Dork, because it's a little bit janky.
It's a little dork bot. I love
It's a little dork bot.
It has
that she
a
flies with her.
loudspeaker on it, doesn't
Oh
it?
yeah, she that's how she blasts
and a
tunes
gun?
in her top job, and a gun, because she tricked it out.
I love that you've got a floating boombox named Dork with a gun.
Yes, because that is Avi. Her personality is through her mods and her drone, because that's I think the best.
Awesome. Well, that's
So you can blast music as she blasts people.
Hang on, I think I may have forgotten. I may have missed it entirely if you did a goal.
To get more mods for her own personal vehicle,
right.
which is a 1986 Honda Civic that she's tricking
Oh
out.
wow, that's a really nice car for space 90s.
Right?
It's pretty rad looking. It's got like a souped-up engine. It's a real gas guzzler, but that's fine in space for some reason. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah. All right, so you head off towards Hellspar. Speaking of Hellspar is led and run by Hell. It's also a gym, is that right?
It's got a gym attached to it, yeah.
A gym attached to
absolutely.
it. Nice. So Hell, you're heading back to the bar to make sure your staff saves a table for your friends and, to check in on how everything is going tonight. Where are you coming from?
Today, there's this little, soy repurposing place, probably about 7-8 blocks away from the gym. They're doing like soylent restoration type of this type of fusion food that's like a little bit Indian and a little bit like Old Bay Area. It's got a great flavor to it, and he's just coming back from having sampled some local fare, basically. Trying out a new restaurant.
That sounds good. Not a bad day at all.
Well, let's find out.
Yeah, right, exactly. So what does Hell look like?
It was okay. Hell looks like he probably played some type of competitive sport like 20 years ago.
Okay.
You know, a good frame that he since has pretty much let waste away. He's just on the other side of 6 foot tall, and he looks like a line cook. That type of like big frame, really sinewy though. Like all of the fast twitch muscles are really well developed, and everything in between is really like a little lazy. Like he looks like he could clean up in about 3 months of hard working out and like CrossFit to be like pretty good looking. But he looks kind of just like drawn, like someone put like a wire frame of him up and threw like a blanket of flesh on top of it to make him, rather, you know. Scandinavian stock, and definitely using a muted color palette for all of like the skin and hair. Very grayed out.
Okay, awesome. Sounds good to me. So on your way in, actually, the man's gonna walk out the door the same time that you're walking in. He's got rugged, dark hair. One of his arms is covered in mechanical components. He's actually just stalking on the shoulder. He's clearly really, really drunk. He's gonna give you a massive pat on the back. He's gonna go, hey man, I really like this place. This is fantastic. You're beautiful, you know that? You're freaking beautiful. He's gonna lean out to everyone in the street and yell, you're all beautiful.
Yeah, blame our mothers, buddy. Come on. Glad you're having a good time,
something
okay?
about having a city to burn, and then you can enter on in to the club. As you arrive, you'll actually
like
see
that
some
guy.
of your great guy,
He's breathtaking.
very breathtaking. You see some of your regulars at the bar as you wander in. The first very challenging to miss is the aptly named Big Greg. Big Greg actually used to be a bouncer here, but now he's just sort of a regular. A few months ago, his kid sister was arrested for something. He's never heard from her since. And he and Stacey, who's another one of your regulars, who used to be a journalist of some sort, spend most of their time trying to find some sign of her, at least like when they're sober. And they are not. He's been kind of weird lately, to be honest. But otherwise, it looks like a pretty quiet evening overall. And in no time at all, your friends are going to start shuffling in. Before they do so, and we're going to give you all a chance to like hang out with each other and do some character exploration stuff there too, and do any more descriptive bits that you want to make sure you get across here. Just hell of a personal goal right now.
Right now, his personal goal is to have an actually good meal. I rolled for the Indian fusion place and it was a 4, so it was like he's probably not going to throw up today, but he might just for fun.
You might need to stop to get some better food.
Yeah, to get a good meal, a good fight, or to just be, I'm gonna say be there for someone. He's gonna be a good guy today.
Well, I think that's really sweet. And all right, cramming into the sort of like the three. Oh gosh, the 3 Stooges will try to fit through door at once. It's the other 4 of your friends who all arrive mysteriously, simultaneously, but conveniently your door is large enough to fit them all through.
That's why I built it
and
that
you're
way.
seated down to a table by Hell's now regular staff. And I'll get to see some friendly, familiar faces.
Wow,
Y'all do
look what
that cool what's up nod at each other. Sorry, Harlow, I think you're muted.
Yeah, it's not good.
You gotta speak
Kelly.
up.
Oh
Killed
no!
her. You killed Harl over there.
Yeah.
Hey,
dead.
Ginny, can I get some Moscows for everybody? Some mules?
Oh.
Of course, Mr. Bogey.
Mr.
What was
They
the
call you
name?
Mr. Bogey?
Mr.
Yeah,
Bogey.
well,
Mr. Come
I
on,
got-
it's Mr.
I said
Boogie. It's
Ginny,
Mr.
like
Boogie.
Ginny.
Okay, I'm
Yeah,
marking
you.
that down. I think
It's
Ginny's
Boogie.
the android,
This guy gets down.
and I think
You
Ginny
get
has built-in
down to
roller
it.
skates.
Oh my god.
Oh
yes.
yeah.
That's technically liquid.
And
Yeah.
probably alcohol.
I God, I
it's-
hope.
It's definitely alcohol. I think it's methanol, but
Oh,
Yeah, it's one
good
of
thing I
them.
have these cyber eyes because, boy, otherwise I'd go blind drinking at your bar.
Honestly,
Such
these
a
might kill
weird
the
dig.
cyber ones. That's so good though.
Yeah, I'm planning to open a chop shop around back. That's my next gig.
Oh, you stepping on my turf there, Hal.
You're gonna be my first paying customer.
You can outsource.
I'll give you a
load
discount.
off.
Oh, hang on. One of my headphones died the moment that ha happened, and it was really surreal.
Did we all wander in together?
Yeah, y'all are in
Doesn't
together.
Yeah.
Sat down at a very familiar table. At this point, it may as well be your table.
So Mim
I
is
mean,
kind
it
of
is my table.
is pouty and then pushes the the mule away, and I just want noodles. She's obviously pouting over her recent loss against the crabs.
Yeah, she takes the crab game really serious.
It's her life.
Another,
Important.
another loss, Mim?
Is this the lobster thing?
Yeah.
It's some kind
Crabs.
of station. Oh, crabs, right.
Oh, yeah.
Crabs of duty.
The second that Mim
Four.
rejects the drink, Tobin reaches across and takes it, just as in, like, mine.
Lights it over him.
Fair.
Oh, come on. Dork needs a
You know what,
Dork
Tobin,
needs
I'm
a
gonna roll a
drink.
couple of dice.
Come on.
Hal,
You need noodles?
So
I can get you some
Tobin
noodles.
reaches to grab for that drink, and you can sort of see, and you'll hear this whispered under, what was it, Ginny? Ginny's breath glancing at Tobin do this. Of course he steals her drink. What an asshole. She rolls off. Some mumbling about the worst podcast ever. Hate that guy.
Whoa.
Sorry, but I'm not sorry.
That's so
opinions are
good.
fun.
That's such a good thing. I like that.
So what's today's conspiracy, Tobin?
Yeah.
Honestly, I've lost track. Snakes, garden snakes, river snakes, sky snakes.
Sky
There's
snakes
always
is a new one.
snakes.
But
Sky
I did get some more apple pie recipes, which is great. I think I'm up to 837 of the blasted things now. I don't even like
remember-
apples.
Oh, but you ever remember those old apple pies, like the ones that you used to be able to get at McDonald's? You know, back on, you know, the
Oh,
ones
those
in the
were
little
so good.
sleeves. They were so, and you dip
Yeah.
them into the freezy. Oh, yeah.
But didn't
I
they
miss those.
discover they were
that does
baking
sound
those
good.
rather than frying them?
Who cares? They were definitely frying them.
Doesn't
They were definitely.
it doesn't
No.
matter.
So many trans fats.
I don't know
the
about
best
all of,
fats.
all of you, but I only tune in to get the recipes. Last one was
It's really the
interesting,
best
though.
part.
I've got a filing cabinet full of them. Honestly, if you want it, you can come and take them all.
Noted.
Hey, free filing cabinet.
I mean, right? Could be some
Store 'em
could
all
be some
through here.
reference.
Boy, if they could probably use that to actually like keep track of my business. Right now, there's just like fucking receipts just like littered over. I need a new system, man.
You,
I need
you
a
don't-
better
you-
system.
AV, you don't have a system?
I need.
Where do you put your paperwork?
A Dork deals
AV?
with it. Dork deals with it. And
They look at Dork.
Your frisbee does your taxes?
Just
Yeah, my
as a little
frisbee.
knowing beep. Actually, hang on. You've got
Do you rent 'em
loudspeakers,
out?
You've got a gun. So I think what Dork is going to do is lower the little hatch where the gun is at the bottom, and you see receipts sticking out. Just like a little poof of them, and then quickly closes it back up
perfect.
and does,
Oh, no,
and does
that-
a little
yeah.
beep.
Yep. Secured.
Harlow is having a miter breakdown. It's all good. Don't worry about it.
Last time I recall, AV was dumping them in a 50-gallon drum that used to be full of oil.
I could really use one of those. Might be better than my current partner.
A 50-gallon drum?
Somewhere, so yawn.
No, the
deeply
the
hurt.
dork.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
She looks, make sure she hadn't walked in.
No. She's off doing nerd stuff, but she's just mysteriously emotionally vulnerable now for reasons that she'll never understand.
So, try any good new places or another place I should not order from? Hell.
Okay, the place was called Prana. And
I have a place name generator if you want to. But I quite
yeah,
I like
yeah.
You mean like
It was
someone's
piranha-
scared of a shellfish?
No, it was like piranha.
piranha.
Ooh,
Oh.
No, they were
piranha? Yes.
piranha.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just fully
Yeah.
ripping off Karma Chameleon for their
It's just
theme song.
piranha. Someone make that
Half their
T-shirt.
budget is for lawyer fees. I'm into
Yeah.
this.
So
You know that in the grimdark future of 2020, George Michael's estate litigates.
Inevitably. Well, maybe they got hit with a meteor. I don't know.
Oh.
It's not George Michael, it's Boy George.
Yeah.
Boy George is still
Yeah.
alive.
Yeah.
It's a George.
We're in
All
the-
Georges are the same.
We're in an alternate retro future, so it could be
Oh,
anyone.
so there you go. Yeah.
Let's do
I'm
the
sorry.
Michael's right.
I'm
So y'all,
sorry. It could have
y'all
been a
are
careless
assembling
whisper.
around the bar and shooting the
It
shit and
could've been
catching up with each
careless
other. Is there anything that you want to make sure is discussed before we maneuver into mayhem? Or something else about your characters you want to make sure each of you knows before we maneuver into mayhem?
No. Here's to a boring night.
I'll drink to that.
Yeah.
There you go. I gave you all the fuel you need, Millie.
Awesome. Sounds good. I will say as you all bring your are
You
they
can
mugs?
like
Are they cups?
Mim
What
can
do these
clink
cups look
clink
like?
her
fork,
bowls.
her bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Clink the bowl in as y'all go for that one delicious, peaceful evening slurp. Gunnar, Harlow, your little like pager fax machine pocket device is gonna go off. It's Gunnar on the little video comm on it.
Oh. Hey Gunnar, what's up?
Take a little headphone in. Hey Harlow, rough news. One of the lads down the street just found another victim. You know, of the thing.
Shit.
Cops will be en route soon, but we found it first. They're not here yet. This is our chance to get a look at what's really happening here. I bet it's softcore.
You know what? It might be. I'll be right there. Click.
Those toilet paper guys, I'll tell you. Hang up.
They're absolute shit.
He'll fax you a little like street map direction, like the way to get there from your current location. Prints out from your portable machine thing. Yeah.
Like
Grab the piece
dot
of paper.
matrix.
Yeah. Guys, Gunnar just found another victim. We should go check it out, see what's going on.
Oh, let's go.
Slam the mule and head
Yeah,
out. Not
exactly.
waiting to see if anyone follows, but just assuming they will.
No, Avi will slam it and be
slam
like,
the
put it
thing.
on my tab, Al.
Maybe you've got
Where
like
are we
a needle
going?
slamming into your face. You just rapidly snort.
Trying to eat.
Where are we going?
You can take it to go.
I don't follow
Back
me,
to my
Harlow.
office. Come on.
Is that Crab Ragoon place still around the corner?
No, it shut down. It's a hummus place now, like exclusively hummus. Who does
Oh, that's-
exclusively hummus?
That's the place I was talking about. I told
Feel
you
like
about that.
exclusively hummus
Apparently,
would
there
be
were no
just for
rats
me.
within like 5 miles of that place.
I could eat hummus. I could
Insane.
eat. Let's go. I could eat hummus. Let's go.
I'd like a snack break. Yeah.
They've got the brand. I can't believe it's not rats.
Rats and
Honey,
snakes.
there are a lot of things that aren't rats.
Honestly, I feel like I should trust the place less because they have no rats. Everywhere has rats, so the fact that they don't have rats is a bit concerning.
The French place on the
Exactly.
corner has a rat who's a chef.
I love that place. They make the best ratatouille.
Where do they get fresh vegetables? Who knows?
I don't know,
I mean,
but they're
there are
freaking
actually
good.
like agriculture nodules, so it's totally
There we
possible
go.
to get fresh vegetables, but they are not cheap. I like the front of the
uplifted
station,
rat.
sort of like towards Earth. There's like an additional spire with a bunch of little orbs on it, and it's full of like little farm orbs. They have tractors. in them.
Love-
It's very silly.
Love me a good orb.
You can go like out there and if you want to get like a countryside getaway one day, maybe you can go to like the countryside orb.
Is there a vineyard? We could have like a picnic in a vineyard. It would be really.
Oh, yes. It's real expensive to get out there though. You got to take the tram system and maybe go into space temporarily. It's a whole ride. And all right, so the five of you quickly shuffle out, possibly giant bowl of ramen in hand, and scoot down the streets. Harlow, are you taking them directly to where the body was found, or to your office first? Your office is only a few blocks away from here, and the body is sort of equidistant, close to your office.
Yeah. Let me remember. Yeah, I don't have anything at my office that I think I need, so yeah, I'll just head straight there.
That sounds good. Are y'all walking or are you taking anyone's vehicle?
Oh, I've got a scooter.
Nice.
Looking for the first opportunity to use that.
I do have a question. So one of the things I got as a station worker, which is my origin, I get access to a small local business, which I wanted to take. When I was looking at vehicles, I took vehicle as an asset, but I was wondering, it says normally you would have like a scooter or something like that, but could I have like a van that could fit a lot
absolutely.
of people?
100%. Yeah.
Okay.
You can have a van to fit a bunch of people in, and then Avi's is sick ass, super cool, like 80s Civic to do adventures in.
Amazing.
That feels like the
We
cool
need
car. The
fast
van
getaways.
feels like the inconspicuous car.
Exactly, yeah.
Does the van have like a janitor company thing on the side, or is it just a boring white 90s van?
Oh, it's definitely, it was probably like one other random corpse that's been shut down, and so they bought it on the cheap, maybe where they used to work, but they bought it on the cheap and have tried to like get the paint off, but it's where it still has the outline, so you can still see what it was,
Yeah,
but you kind of have to look at it in the right light.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean
Yeah.
like all
And
my
it's
work,
grungy
all
as
my
fuck.
work vehicles?
Correct.
Actually,
Yes.
yes.
Correct.
Okay, that sounds good. So are
Is
you
there a
all
random
jumping into
toilet in the
van?
back of one?
Random toilet.
That happened with one of Robin's things. There was a discarded broken toilet in the back when I
Yep.
helped her move a couch.
That definitely is
Nice.
interesting.
It wasn't well, it was used, but like not
It was
recently.
it was like just the top part, like where the water,
Oh, the tank. Yeah.
the tank.
You know
Thank
what?
you.
With a
I feel
broken
like
lid.
This
Yeah.
is probably a company that would exist in the cyberpunk world now. Is like Porta Poop.
Yeah. Yes. 100%.
Thing.
It is hopefully not one of these. Or maybe it is, but
Maybe-
they've like
you know what
tried
it
to
is?
remove it. There's just an outlier with a hole
Or-
in the floor.
I feel like porta poop is this thing that goes around and you use it and then it gives you like a deposit back on your food, which of course you get taxed for, right? You get extra food tax.
Yes.
But it's like if you
Yes.
return your shit to a place that recycles it into fertilizer, you get your deposit back, like a can.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
Okay, you know what?
I love
actually,
it.
I'm here for this. I think this
Yeah,
kind
no,
of makes sense.
it's a great
in this
idea.
That's where we're
'cause
headed.
It feels progressive, but it's not really.
Yeah, it's
Doesn't
not
make the most
actually.
sense. And it sure takes a lot of fuel to move those cars.
Mr.
So is-
Stanky, the porta poop.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
As everyone is getting in the van, Mim gets on her dorky, super dorky scooter. It's like pink, of course, hot pink. Follows along.
Do you have, like,
Anime stickers all over it.
from Crowd
Oh,
of
yeah.
Duty on there, where there's like a
Oh,
crowd with a machine
absolutely.
gun and like a really big cigar coming out of its mouth.
Yeah, her little like anime avatar.
Oh my
shooting
god,
at
that's
the stickers.
amazing.
Duty claws tattooed on the pinchers. Like,
And then that's also the funny enough, it's also the logo that's on the back of the poop mobile because it said, but it's duty.
Oh, yeah. Well done. Well done. Yes.
oh goodness. all right.
Call of Duty.
Using your oh my gosh.
Lord.
Using your various nefarious means of transportation, you scoot down through dark streets and into back alleys. There is a day-night cycle here, but it feels like the day cycle never really properly reaches Epson. It's just reflected light from giant solar panels up there, and you're sort of towards the edge of where they care about that. So you got like perpetual dusk, and then night. And at the moment, it's going from perpetual dusk into night right now.
Ah,
You
my
scoot
favorite
through-
time of the day, perpetual twilight.
Scoot through honestly very packed streets and equally as packed alleys towards the edge of the industrial district, Bradbury, I think it's called. And that's where you'll see Gunnar waving y'all down with a couple of like rough and tumble looking boys. You know, they're definitely not like the goons or the wannabe goons who wanted guns from you. They're just like some other probably union dudes.
As we're driving, Dork is just constantly on loop, just playing Sabotage by the Beastie Boys
Just
as
the
we're
whole
driving.
time.
Man, you really like the oldies, don't you?
Yeah, the
The
classics.
classics.
It's like what my grandma
There's
used
like
to
there's a
listen
new
to.
all Android cover band called the Beepsty Boys.
Oh my god, I love it.
They're really popular right now. All right, so Gunnar will wave y'all down. You can find a nice spot to park. There's basically no one else in this whole area, to be honest. He'll lead you into a dark and dreary alley with a couple of buds. And there, underneath a like very ragged-looking tarp, he will show y'all a body. And it really does match the rumors. There's a man there, probably in his 30s or so. I don't think any of you recognize him, but he looks like pure terror is on his face. And he looks just extremely, extremely pale.
Yikes.
What do y'all do?
Is there like a police presence?
Not at all.
Okay. Okay. That was my question.
It looks like Gunnar and the union dudes have just thrown a tarp over him.
Do they have computers on them? Are they using any kind of devices?
Yeah, you think so. They all look like they have some sort of augmentation. Like mostly labor augmentations, though. Why do you ask?
I was wondering. Okay, so scanning the rules. There's a way to like stealthily hack into what they have, but it's
Totally.
risky. It's super risky,
Yeah,
right?
so getting mechanics of the stealth and hacking are interesting because you sort of get into this mode where you have a certain number of chances. You roll once for your stealth or for your hacking thing, and then there's like a network safety and stuff like that. If you're just trying to like hack into some of their devices to do something quick and simple, though, I think that's just a very, very basic level hacking kind of thing. We can just do a simple hack action for it, and I think we'll be good to go on it.
Okay, so I think she just wants to see what notes they have in case there's anything they're hiding or not sharing openly.
Sure,
wants
just
to
on like
gather-
their little internal computers if they have one.
Gather
So you're pretty
information.
sure that Gunnar has one.
Okay.
So if I scoot down to the little hack section on here, I think this is just a really, really simple hack action, to be honest. So I will say this is like a network level of 2 probably. So you're gonna roll 2d6 plus clever, plus maybe any relevant specialties, and your difficulty is all of 7. Not the most secure tech on Gunnar, unfortunately.
So a 9 and then plus 1 hacking, I think. Plus 2
Okay, awesome.
hacking.
And
And
then you
so
added
3
your-
total. So 2 hacking plus 1 because of her cat eyes. So that's 9
Okay, awesome.
plus.
And did you add
3.
your clever to it as well?
Nope.
You sort of do attribute, specialty, and dice roll.
So that's 15.
So you really, really have
That's
no trouble
really
here,
good.
right?
I think that's
You pop
like
in, and
the
yeah,
height.
absolutely. Gunnar has like a little personal recording kind of thing. You'll note actually that there is like it looks like Gunnar records basically almost the entire day. One of his eyes is like a recording kind of camera kind of thing. There's a mysterious gap for several hours ago where there's just a few hours that are for some reason not there. Harlow may know what happened in those few hours. But otherwise captures like, chatting with the folks out here, getting a call to come and find this body that one of these 2 random dudes stumbled across, not knowing what to do, having a panicked conversation, then calling Harlow. And honestly, they have no idea that you have done this at all.
Yeah, that was a really good roll according to the sheets.
Yeah,
So I
you think
feel
that's
like
a good one.
Mim and Avi probably have an established relationship. She probably went to her shop to get some of her mods. So she slides over to Dork and maybe uploads some of the files onto there to share with Avi and kind of like nods at her like I got something.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, the other 2 don't have like a recording device like that, so you can't get what their perspective was. We do get what they told Gunnar, which is that basically they were really drunk and tripped over this dude and were freaking out, thinking the cops would think that it was them. So they didn't know what to do, so they called him, who then called Harlow, and now you're here.
Let's go take a look at this dude. Like, see if we can find any like markings on him.
For sure. Are you investigating the body?
I would love to investigate the body.
Sounds like you're taking a pretty generic actiony kind of thing. Do you have any specialties that you think would go well towards body investigation?
Oh,
Otherwise, it's just going to be 2d6 plus clever, I think. And this, I will say, difficulty-wise, probably isn't going to be a lot. So you're probably doing okay. I'll figure out an actual difficulty number. To give you
probably
the
not.
bonus.
I don't think bureaucracy, cartel politics, pizza delivery, you know, that might be.
I mean, it could be, yeah. Okay,
But
so
no,
I
I
will
don't
say
think I
that
have
this is
anything.
moderately difficult.
Can we help each other?
Totally. I actually
If anybody
don't know
wants
how
to borrow
aiding
my
works in this
investigation
kind of thing,
specialty,
but I think you can do that. You can pass the specialties through. So if you want to help out, AV roll with Hell's investigation specialty.
Sweet, what's
I
your
think you get a
investigation
+1 from it.
spell? Oh, nice.
it's a +1.
Yeah.
I also
oh,
have specialties
wow.
in
So I'm
delinquency
actually,
and
you
cooking.
know what? I'm gonna increase the difficulty to potentially give you something more.
Sweet.
But if you don't make it, we'll do a little bargain.
So it's
So this is a
2d6
hard
plus
task. It's
1.
difficulty 11. So 2d6
Okay.
plus your clever plus
Ooh.
Hell's assistance specialty pointing out stuff for you.
Sweet. So my clever is pretty nice. It's a +3 for my clever. I rolled an 11, so that's 14, 15 for
Oh my god.
Yeah.
for
We're
my
killing it.
investigation.
If y'all get into combat, you're just gonna one-shot people.
This is better than these are the dice that I used for Toon yesterday that also rolled high, but it was the opposite. So
Yeah.
you know it's a bit of
at least
justice.
That's good. All right, so taking a look at the body, Avi, with Hell's assistance, you can sort of like turn them over carefully. You're being very careful not to get any fingerprints on them.
yeah. She
so
puts
sort
on
of,
like
poking
mechanic
with
gloves. She
I
probably
assume.
has.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, she has like latex gloves from
so
working.
you check around a little bit, and yeah, to be honest, at a glance, it does look like there is no blood in this guy. There is some kind of a like puncture mark and like a clamp mark on his neck. And there's a little bit of dried blood there. It doesn't look very old, so this probably isn't a very like old horrible murder. And you think that there's something really, really odd about the way that this guy's like facial expressions are working and where he's looking. Like his eyes are stuck perfectly dead ahead, like completely frozen, wide-eyed. And that does not feel like a very natural death pose to you, and it sure doesn't to you, Hal.
Look at that, Hell.
Does he look?
Like this is a bizarre expression.
He's like frozen.
It's like somebody put him in park.
Yeah. Also,
Evidently.
That description.
yeah, I can see it. Look at neck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually looking at this back in the day. I used to do some errands for a halal butchery. I'm not saying this is the same thing, but this is they got to drain the animal first.
Yeah.
This this guy was bled.
Yeah. It does.
I
look
was
like
not
it was some
drawing
sort
a
of
line of comparison
precise-
between the two
Yeah,
things.
of
I'm just
course,
saying that I
know,
understand what it's
know.
like to bleed an animal. He's saying this to the audience as well as to Amy.
It definitely does feel like there was some kind of tool or something attached. But there are two like big, very silly puncture marks as part of that.
Do these
to be
look
the
like
main
any
puncture
type
marks.
any type of medical tool or any type of kitchen tool for
see.
that type of
Not
exsanguinating?
really.
Or snake bites.
Or snake bites?
Honestly, it
Snake
looks like-
bites.
you know, maybe it could be a really weird snake. It does have like the fangs happening. Like to be honest, they're very vampire-like fangs.
Well, damn it.
But
It
there is
looks
like
the
a ring around them
conspiracy
where something
theorists are
has
somewhat right.
secured itself to that spot.
I don't think it's vampire
Maybe it is super
snakes.
snakes.
It could be
Oh.
vampire snakes.
But
Oh, come on,
Tobin,
man.
didn't you just do an episode about this? About the vampire snakes and the
Yes.
vampire rats?
yes, last
I remember that
Thursday.
Hmm?
But you know, the theory was that they would leap up, either that or fall out of the eaves on the buildings, and they'll start looking up as if like snakes might start
So,
raining
so does
down.
Bim.
Yeah.
For one terrifying moment, you think you see something above you. It must be a snake, but no, it's just like a really fat rat who just rolls down a fire escape.
Also
and
vampire rats.
into the distance.
No, that's just the chef from down the street.
Oh,
Exactly.
just on his way to work.
Yeah.
Um,
His name is
Har-
slightly less big Greg.
You said he has Big Greg.
He was Big Greg, and then Big Greg moved in, and then it was just
Yeah,
it's just this
maybe
thing,
that's why.
right?
Maybe that's why
They
Big
had
Greg
a
is so weird, 'cause he
standoff.
doesn't have the
There was
rat on his head
a-
anymore. Yeah.
There was a muscle arm wrestling competition,
Little
and
paw.
Big Greg just barely won.
yeah,
Just barely. Well, to be fair, not as Big Greg, just controlled another bigger guy, so it wasn't really fair.
yeah.
Can Harlow go talk to the other folks that are here?
They're gonna
Yeah,
say the rat.
absolutely.
Can I go talk to the rat? No.
Can I go talk?
The rat has
Squig,
squiffled its giant butt into one of the sewers. I think it's actually called the basement down there.
Oh, that's cool.
Like the
Damn it, the rats are getting into the
infrastructure
sewers.
area. Yeah.
Yeah, you said there was
very,
two
very
other-
anxious. I will say there's two guys. They both look quite young in their early 20s, both pretty heavily modified. They're very much the kind of guys who signed up, being promised good pay, and are now under significant burden just to keep their bodies running.
Got it. Yeah, I'll head over there. I did forget. I did have a handle. Harlow is occasionally known as Spitz.
Oh my gosh, I kind of
Depending on what group you're
Harlow Spitz, does do they?
So, depending on what group you're in, there are different reasons behind this. One, as the obvious joke. Two,
TMI.
two is
Never TMI.
she tends to if she takes a hit to the face, she'll spit to the side and is kind of known for this move.
And then do
whenever
the
she's
dramatic,
whenever they're in fights.
like now you've done it kind of thing. Okay.
Yeah, it's
I
the
like
the
this
off
quite a
for the
bit.
first punch, spit, and then all right, now let's go. But then
This is how
also
I know you,
spits.
Mike.
Yes, this is how we know each
Yeah,
other.
yeah, of course.
And but then also is known to spit facts with some of the younger crowd. They're
And
like
spit mad
Sounds
beats.
good.
Spit
Yes,
bars. Spit bars.
everyone thinks that, and there's this like conspiracy that they were like a rapper in their early life. But
one
this is
time-
untrue.
I tried,
Spits
Hell
fire.
tried to encourage Harlow to win a rap battle and just turned into a regular battle afterwards because you couldn't do it. And that's how we became friends and lost
Severe
teeth.
stage fright and just bash them over the head with the mic.
I kind of love this. That sounds like a lot of fun. All right, so these two are named Jacob and Kenzo. Because there's a really fun role for random NPCs. Apparently Jacob will never stop talking about Hagel, which is just great. So it's Jacob.
Enough with
and,
Hagel.
It's Kenzo, I think. Yeah.
Hey guys.
So
Yelling
Jacob is the one
dialogues.
who will talk to you. Kenzo seems really nervous in your presence, and Kenzo is the one who just sort of is here for some reason. I guess Jacob brought him along, but Jacob is the one who tripped over the body and is quickly trying to sober up as fast as he can.
Right. Hey, so what happened?
I was really drunk. I was leaving the warehouse. I tripped over this body, and now the cops are gonna kill me.
Well, the cops aren't gonna kill you. All right.
They're gonna
Gunner
kill me.
and I've got
Spence.
you. No, they're not. It's okay. All right.
I fell right over him. I got fingerprints all over him. I touched his face
Why did you touch his face?
because I didn't think he was dead.
Okay, that's fine.
He's got
All right.
freaking spooky eyes looking up at me.
He really does. Yeah, let's go over and kind of walk away. not big into dead bodies. So all right. So you know what? As long as you have you've got a clear alibi for what you were up to tonight until you tripped over it. You called Gunner right away, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So we didn't lose any time. They're going to be able to figure out when this body was killed. You're not going to be on the hook for it, okay? As long as you were somewhere before this. Where were you before this?
Just in the warehouse right there. Points next door to Box Corp 2, Revenge of the Son of Box Corp. Sorry.
Okay, you were at work, so you're good, okay? The company doesn't want any shit on their hands, so they're gonna stand by you in this, okay? They're not gonna like pay any
There
legal
should be
fees. You're
cameras
not gonna
out
need
here or
any
something,
legal fees.
right? Those should clear me.
Exactly.
Actually, can I have a word She says to Harlow.
Yeah, all right, you guys stay here.
Is there a screen on Dork? Like, is there a little pop-up screen she can?
That's a good question. Is there a little pop-up screen on Dork?
Easy.
What do you mean by pop-up screen?
Like little
Like an
tiny-
old portable DVD player that goes.
I'm showing my
Tiny
age,
little
yeah.
monitor.
Where you can just like press down and then it just like pops up.
Sure.
What I want,
Sounds awesome.
what I
like how
want
you
to
would
do.
open a CD tray on the top.
Yeah,
of
yeah,
the
yeah,
boombox.
yes,
It's
yes,
the
yes,
screen. Yeah,
yes, yes,
totally.
yes,
Precisely. So she huddles with Harlow and Amy and then shows her what she gathered from the recordings and then points out the timestamp that there's a gap in the hours.
For both of them.
Oh, no, this
just
is
Gunner?
from. So Harlow, you'll recognize this very quickly that this is Gunner's point of view, and that you were probably there for that timestamp that was not recorded.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's all good.
Okay, she closes the screen. I'm glad I interrupted for that.
Well, okay, but Harlow will look around and see if there's any visible cameras.
There absolutely are. There are physical cameras in here.
Okay. Do I have any relationship with the owner of Revenge of the Box Corp?
I think so. Sure. Why not?
Okay.
100%.
I was gonna say it would probably be easier and useful for the police if we actually get proper video instead of having Mim hack into
absolutely.
it. Okay. Be like, all right. I'm gonna go check in here. I know the owner. Maybe we can just get the video, and see if there's anything that will give us a lead. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
So
I'm gonna cut a little bit of that, but we'll describe it.
Sure.
So you'll pop in and chat with the management who's on site there. Do you tell them that there's a body in the back? You just say like, hey, I need the security footage from the back alley for some reason.
I'd probably try to like feel it out if I feel like this is the kind of guy that like
So
we can
they seem
step
pretty friendly
aside.
towards you.
Okay. Yeah, I'll probably just like pull him aside, like in his office, make sure no one's listening, say, hey, this is the situation. One of your employees tripped over this body. We're trying to get ahead on it to make sure that the cops don't mess with these guys because we don't want to lose your employees. Can we see the footage to make sure
Okay, sounds
that it
good.
wasn't these guys?
How do you feel about rolling me a charm?
I would
This will
love
be
that.
2d6 plus your cool.
I have good
And
cool.
this will be versus the manager, whose name is going to be Steve Fish, because I just pulled up that name and it's great.
yeah.
I love that very much. I was just seeing if I had any specialties that would help with this. Not really. Well, bureaucracy.
You know, I think bureaucracy could absolutely work if you're talking about like needing it for some.
I'm going through the
some
right
purpose,
channels,
'cause-
right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that applies for
Right.
sure.
That is
So
double
not a
sixes on the
huge-
dice, plus
Okay, not a
2
huge
for my
difficulty on this. I would say
cool.
this is moderately difficult. Actually, no, it's versus
that's
never
gonna-
mind. It's versus their defense, which is even better. Don't worry about it. So what'd you get?
It's gonna be a 15.
Holy y'all! What?
We're doing well.
y'all are
I
doing
like this game.
ridiculous. So they will no challenge whatsoever. You think Steve Fish might be a little bit in love with you now, and they'll happily
Most
turn
people
over
are.
a little card with all of the security footage for the last day on it, so y'all can go and review that together back in the alley if you want to.
Yeah, I'll go out and check on. Hey, should we? We should probably call the police, and then go to my office to take a look at this.
Yeah, probably
That
smart.
could be a good idea. Absolutely.
Is anyone
So who's
against
calling
that?
The police?
Oh, it sounds good. Sounds good.
Hey, I
I'm
should
not
probably
talking to
just
the police.
I should interject here that my character actually has charm like specialties, so I'm rolling.
Good. Okay.
I'm rolling at plus 11. So if anyone's like feeling like they're
Good
not,
Lord.
yeah,
my
if anyone's
goodness.
feeling
Plus-
like they can't sweet talk anyone, then Tobin can.
Oh,
Plus
see, I was gonna
11?
bring.
Yeah.
That's
Wait,
insane.
how did you go for more than
How?
plus 6?
Oh, where do I even start? I like took so many specialties in just charm.
Oh my
Because
god.
you'll have
God.
because you may have the action specific specialties too, right? For the charm
Yeah.
action.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
God.
Then I guess I don't know,
God.
we'll have to
I mean,
ponder
I
it
have-
when this roll inevitably happens.
If you want a plus 12, I have recreational drugs I can give you.
Ah!
So if you want like a little
Goodness.
baggie of
Real
pills
excited.
to give to people, be like, hi,
Yes.
you are.
an automatic
Goodness.
crit before you
Oh
roll.
my god.
So all
Cool.
right.
Yes.
So it sounds like y'all
go-
are calling the cops and then leaving the scene, or what's your plan here?
I'm gonna have Gunner stay at the scene with the boys, and have Gunner give them a call, and then we'll come back down after. Gunner can tell them that we are currently attempting to get footage for the cops.
Okay, awesome. That sounds good. So Gunnar will do that. We'll figure out calling the authorities, the station police, and then you can pop by. Your office is just around the corner, really, so it doesn't take you long to get over there, and you can play the footage back if you want to. So I guess looking at the footage, there's a camera on either end of this, so you're catching both sides. You can see this guy coming into the alley, as well as tons of other people walking through the alley throughout the day, like lots of the workers and stuff like that. Unfortunately, not too long after this guy comes into the alley, the cameras are actually going to fail simultaneously, and in a kind of very obviously something has happened to these cameras way. The footage, in fact, does not resume ever past that point. Those of you who may be
Mim?
technically inclined might have some idea what this is and could potentially roll some clever checks to see, plus any relevant specialties, because there are certainly assets that could do this.
Mim,
Yeah.
maybe. What do you guys think?
She's got +3 in clever. Well, she obviously gets very like she's not cool. She has like a 0 in cool, and she has that very criminal origin. So she gets like shifty and
I feel like that
uncomfortable.
would.
But
Yeah,
she's
absolutely.
also super
In
dorky
fact, you
about
know
it.
what? I feel like this might even be trivial for you with that background. I never remember the name of this thing. It's on the assets list, but I think it's a drone gun. So this looks like someone used a drone gun in both cameras simultaneously. So they've just been overwhelmed and fried. This is a weapon that's usually used to disable drones, but it works on all sorts of other tech too. And boy, howdy, did it fry these two cameras. So there was certainly some preparation or something similar to preparation that happened before this went down. I'm sorry, it feels very disappointing to be like, you see nothing on the camera. But alas, it is an unfortunate ability that someone has.
What do I need to
not
do?
too long, actually, you're going to get another little page from Gunnar letting you know that the cops are here.
Oh,
No, that's awesome. Mim, that's great. Let's take this down.
Yeah, anything to help those guys out. It's unfortunate that those guns were there, but I mean, they're sticking around, so why would they stick around if they were the ones at the scene? Also, they don't have drones on them, so that's a good defense.
And Mim, this might be Krista misremembering. Was one of the other guys aside from Gunner also had a video?
No, it was only Gunnar that did.
here's the only one.
Oh, okay, all right. I thought there was
And I
another
put
guy
that
had it too.
video. I uploaded that video into Little Dork.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. No, I'm sure it'll be good. I don't hold a lot of sway, but I'm sure if I can't, Tobin will have him wrapped around his little finger, right?
Oh yeah,
Shoulder
absolutely.
Yeah.
Alright,
Use
so
that
heads down.
podcasting charm.
So the cops are actually
Tobin.
like, it sounds like expecting you to return to the body.
Yeah.
We'll go back down.
Yeah, sounds good. So you'll head down back around the corner in that direction, and boy howdy are the cops here. They're here in force. There looks like there's literally a group of riot police here, as well as some police officers with some kind of significant firearms. And as you
Ma'am,
approach, go for
pulls
it.
up her
Yeah,
hood
put
and
up, absolutely.
puts on her disguise that hides her keyboard. But
Yeah,
that
sounds
disguise is
like
just
like
glasses.
a real good plan. All right. So as you approach the group of cops here, they have the alley cordoned off and all of that stuff. There is, I guess, there's a couple more folks here with the cops as well. There is actually a white van, not too dissimilar from yours, Harlow, parked right next to yours. It also looks a little bit shitty and dinged up and that sort of thing. But sitting outside of it is a Men in Black looking dude, real huge, real massive, wearing some sort of very obvious corporate suit, as well as some kind of egghead science boy with like actual Einstein hair floofing all over the place. And they seem to be having some kind of an intense conversation behind this police line. One of the officers will flag you down as you approach.
Officer?
Actually, Harlow, you recognize the voice. It might be the same one who was in the car before.
Oh.
Looks a little bit panicky, actually, now that you can see his face. Like a young man. Got a little like side mask thing on because the cops really like covering their faces in this setting, but looks very alarmed.
Yes, they do. Hey.
Hi.
You doing okay?
Your friend said you had footage?
Yeah, we've got whoever's got it, well, hand it over.
That sounds good. Wait, actually, I need to check a rules thing for myself in socials. Okay, so I guess right now I will say that social mood is formal.
Okay.
I feel it is relevant to social actions that y'all may choose to take.
Who are those guys?
I have no idea, he says. Clearly not being very formal himself. I mean, I can't tell you anything. Thank you for the footage. Do you know anything about that man? He's going to point over towards Jacob, who is handcuffed and being very aggressively interrogated by some of the cops.
Yeah, he works right here next door. Boss has him at work right up until however many minutes ago, or an hour ago, or whatever it was. Where he came outside, tripped over the body with his buddy. His buddy was here. I really don't think he's your guy.
Yeah, sorry, officer. Don't mind if you don't mind me. It looks like we tried to grab footage, and it looks like a drone gun took it out. And those guys don't have drones, so I think. I think you're looking for.
Radio and just gonna mumble something about search the area for a drone gun. You have the footage.
Hand it over.
So I'm gonna take it, put it into a little device, and hand it back to you. And then hold on to it and go, wait, should I give this back to you?
I'm going to assume Mim and Avi made a copy of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can choose to relent if you want, and you'll just take it back.
I'll give it
Sorry,
back.
little
Actually,
ancients.
that belongs to Stanley, who runs the warehouse there.
Right, Mr. Fish, right?
Yes. Sorry, I forgot what his first name was. Yeah. Should go check with him. It'll be Chekhov's alibi. I'm gonna come check on him, so he will be released at some point. Kind of with a pointed, like, I will be bringing trouble if he isn't.
Noted. All right. He's going to sort of shuffle back to the riot cops line and start sharing some conversation with a riot cop with a fancier little insignia on their riot cop helmet. In the midst of this, though, that massive man in the corporate suit is going to look over at all of you. And Tobin, who looks straight at you, Oh. That's kind of funny, actually. And he actually sort of cracks a smile. You think maybe he recognizes you. This man is like probably 6'9", built like a bus, and wearing a very expensive suit.
Tobin's gonna take his hat off and fix his hair. And because it's the 90s, he's gonna unzip his jacket and flip it inside out because it's reversible.
Oh
So
my
it
god, yeah.
Bomber jacket.
It kind of looks like a faux leather jacket with like Michael Jackson Thriller shoulders on it.
Oh my
Like-
god.
Yes! Oh, I love it!
That's amazing. Seeing you do this, I think he's actually
he'll-
gonna just
He'll
sort of
point. He'll look back and
wade through
smile
the
and be
police
like,
line and
two finger guns towards him.
lumber towards you. He's gonna saunter towards all of you, but mostly towards Tobin, and lean down and say, "It's a pleasure. Big fan, big fan." Goes to shake
Wait.
your hand.
You know, I gotta ask the question: snakes or recipes?
He cracks the slyest grin you think you have ever seen. Team Snakes.
I pegged you as a snake person. By the way, I checked. They're not the type that are falling out of the sky.
Right. For further descriptions, this man has very dark black skin and really, really shiny sunglasses. And really just such a shit-eating grin. He's actually going to
So
go
he's the
to-
agent from Lilo and Stitch, eh?
Oh gosh, yes. Oh my gosh, absolutely.
That is what I
100%.
pictured when you said that. I'm like, well,
100%.
I now know who this person is.
Those of you who are close up and want to do any sort of investigations, I will say if you want to take a look and investigate this dude or the scene, you're more than welcome to. But otherwise, Tobin, he's going to give you like a big old tap on the back and say, "It's so good to meet you, man. It's so good to meet you. Such a good show. Love your work." And then he's going to move towards lumbering off like a terrifying friend behemoth.
I'm sorry, friend. What was your name?
He turns back to you and does that sly grin again and says his name, literally, Bloodhound.
Oh, you're now my favorite person. I'll give you a shout out next week.
Shoots that grin back at you and says, "Be seeing you." He wanders off. But were any of you investigating this scene
Yeah,
or
does
any of
this-
the individuals here?
Do these guys look like they might be corporate?
You could certainly roll on this, but they sure look like they might be corporate.
Well, yeah, just because my origin is corporate drone, so if when dealing with corporate politics, I have advantage on looking up stuff. So I was wondering if I would get advantage
excellent,
on this,
excellent,
bro.
excellent. So this feels like a clever test.
Yeah.
I assume Hell might be helping you out on this one. You could take some
Yeah, I think so.
investigation from Hell. The two you can ponder on this together. And then that sounds like a pretty solid roll to me. I think
Alright.
difficulty wise, you have advantage on this, so that's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
They are intentionally a little opaque, so let's make this a hard task. Difficulty 11.
Okay.
Ooh.
Can you give people multiple specialties? Like, so like if I had a specialty as well, could I also give
I'm
that
not
to AV?
sure, actually. I think it's just +1
Okay,
for like a.
It's just like the
standard
help
which
action?
we're sort of
Okay.
doing. This is just like a standard
Yeah.
action.
got it.
Where it's like this is just a basic clever test, and we're adding a specialty to it, and I hope that I'm doing that correctly.
Sure. So that's
think
gonna
so.
be if
a
I
new
get the
system.
help from Hell, with that +1, that's gonna be a 14.
Y'all. Wait, Nelson, did you rolled advantage? So you did 3d6. You dropped the lowest.
Yep.
Okay,
I rolled a
brilliant,
5 and a
brilliant,
4 and a
brilliant.
2, so
Okay.
I rolled to the
So
base
you're
9.
actually. Hang on. Do I have a page number for this? Because it'd be fun to be able to show y'all this on a page too. That's 234. Hang on.
This is
Because
a big
Avi
book.
used to work for the corpo working as a mechanic, so she might recognize either like the vans or potentially the suits. because she's had to work a lot, and she.
Yeah, I will say probably two things you will identify here. So Bloodhound, the big massive man who came over and said hello, gave Tobin a big old pat on the back, and seems to be one heck of a fan, very authentically one heck of a fan from the looks of it. Has at his hip a really, really nice looking pistol. Honestly, you don't even know that you can recognize the brand of the pistol, but on its little hilt at the bottom is the symbol for Goliath Incorporated, a big, huge corporate.
Aww.
This is basically private security for the cartel.
Oh.
And also, I'm not even gonna make a roll for the next one. In that unmarked, mysterious white van, the door is open a little bit, and inside you glimpse what looks like surprisingly modern equipment of some sort with a completely different corporate logo on it.
Oh.
The bright green logo of Hergatz Lau, a biomedical company.
Huh. Hey, hell.
Yep. Yeah, Hergatz, huh?
Yeah.
What are they good for?
They
What is-
sort of
what-
like give basically every doctor their medicine. They have a massive monopoly on healthcare here.
Why do they have an interest in this?
Well, the various cops are going to maneuver towards pushing you all away and arresting the dude that they're all seemingly convinced did it. What do y'all do? You gonna allow yourself to be pushed away, or are you gonna do anything to change the mood of the scene, or do
Hey,
some scheming and plotting?
and this is just like this dude did not do it. He just stumbled on the body, right?
You're all pretty darn sure, yes.
Okay.
His
Does
name
he
is Tarkov, I think, or Tarlov.
Jackoff.
Jakov. Oh my gosh, right. Tarkov is a game. Carry on. Yeah. Thank you. I just pulled out my own notes. I'm like, well, that's not right.
we can try to like bullshit him away from the cops, or we can just try to like he shouldn't go down for this.
No.
Is
What are they
Gunner
gonna-
still over there with them?
Let's. Yes, Gunner likes you a lot. Is still here despite the horde of cops.
I could probably alter information somehow.
Yeah, can you put him in like the security cameras of the bar, like our bar?
Absolutely.
He's
Hey.
he's at work though. Like he has an alibi. He
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
leave work.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
So-
he
as
has-
long
already
as
has an
the
alibi.
internal cameras still
Yeah.
work, I'm sure eventually they'll be able to.
Oh, okay.
You're
Okay.
pretty
Okay.
confident
Never
that
mind.
they-
never
And come
mind.
on, in this like corporate world, the check-in checkout is like unbreakable. So like if he was at work, he was at
We've
work.
been peeing in bottles since 1999.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah.
And honestly, I mean, Box Corp 2, Revenge of the Son of Box Corp would probably be very annoyed if someone was incorrectly arrested on the clock. So, despite maybe being
Exactly.
buzzed. Oh well. Okay, so it sounds like y'all are gonna scoot about your business and go back to the rest of your evening, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay.
Well,
I don't want them to take him in. Like, they're thinking of arresting, but you guys you have the wrong
You can
guy.
always do shenanigans later if this changes. You'll see stuff in the news. Like you'll probably have a few days of game time still.
Okay.
To do any sort of future shenanigans if you want to. You don't have to take action right now.
yeah, and
Alright.
definitely feel free to, because like Harlow is pretty convinced that like everything will be fine because they have all this stuff covered and like they've been through this process before, and they're pretty like they can usually recognize when like someone's gonna get taken away and shot by the cops and when they're not going to be. And I'm guessing they're getting the vibe that like, well, see now these other guys, I trust the on the street guys at this point. I don't trust Albert Einstein over there.
Yeah, no, probably not. Also, like, to be clear in the description for that guy, it literally looks like a giant Einstein type, big poofy hair, wearing a lab coat, clipboard, all of that stuff. Very not a cop vibe. It's very.
And we
90s
don't know
anime
who he
kid
is?
vibes. Not a damn clue. You could try to find out. Maybe the other people know.
And I just want to hack everything. Can I hack
Yeah.
somebody's computer to find out who everyone is who's present?
What about the van? Can
Oh,
you
yeah,
hack the
the-
van?
Oh, totally. Y'all can
Go hop in my
sneak up
van
to the
next to
thing
them.
and go do nefarious activities.
Van on
Okay.
van violence.
So I wanna check in on time stuff too. Do we have about another hour and 20 minutes, or how much time do we have still? Want to make
We've got
sure
about
we
an
can
hour,
get
hour 10, hour 15.
Okay. So we may have to maneuver ourselves a bit more rapidly
Okay.
towards a silly conclusion, but that sounds good. So I think we may have to scoot over some of the hacking stuff, although we can do some of it very, very quickly. So let's do your initial hacking roll for this. So you're going to try to maintain stealth on it. So this is honestly a very secure network, so it's going to be difficulty 7. So we are going to have to do your initial roll here, which I think is the same as stealth. Where's the move for that? Do. Hacking is always confusing to me because it's the combination of stealth and social.
And clever, right?
And then I think it's so you're rolling.
So the roll is 7 plus stealth.
I'm gonna actually pull up the hacking page on this, I think. Hang on, one moment.
Sorry, we didn't have to work out that mechanic.
Well, I also am happy to work out the mechanic because I think it's one of the cool ones.
Mm-hmm.
I just
Yeah.
can't actually find it. Social actions, stealth and security. So I feel like it might just be a stealth roll that you do. When you come into this thing, Supposed to maintain unseen, undetected. Maintaining your ghost is exactly like maintaining stealth. Chances included. We use the ghost specialty instead of stealth. Oh, okay. So exactly. It's clever plus ghost instead of stealth. It's a stealth action that uses ghost instead.
Oops, I lost my character sheet.
Oh, no worries.
Only because we're trying to hurry.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Okay, here it is.
Something we could do too is we could simplify this
Plus
into
one
being a
ghost.
basic hack, and you really don't want to fail. We could do that instead of going through the stealth mechanics. But plus one ghost. Okay, let's roll clever plus your ghost, and see if you can get in this way without being detected to begin with.
So
And then with a little bit of
2d6,
accents.
right?
Yep,
2d6.
2d6.
So
Plus clever
7
plus ghost.
plus clever is 3. 10 plus ghost, 11.
And then so you rolled a total of 11, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so unfortunately, I don't think you're actually going to get in right now. It's
Ooh.
going to be a difficulty of 12. I'm sorry.
Am I
it's a pretty
detected?
secure network down here. You know what? Yeah. But let's see.
That's
they
what it says.
They don't know
right?
what you're doing. They just think that you are suspiciously close. So instead of getting access into the network, you are going to be shooed away somewhat violently by riot cops.
Okay. And she scurries away pretty quickly. She's very scared of the police.
Yeah, they seem to they do one of that like, hey, what are you doing over there kind of
Nothing.
thing and start moving towards you.
Sorry.
Like, that's right, you'd better run.
Okay, I'm
Riot
going.
cop noises. Oh, sorry, Harlow, I don't think we can hear you.
Wrong van, Mim. It's the other one.
See, that's a good cover.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So also I feel like, are y'all okay for breaks, or do you need to take a break to go and do some stuff? A few of you have scooted off to take a break. That's totally okay too. But if you need
I
to
think
take a break, we can do
Yeah,
that
I'm good.
too.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Then let's scoot forward a little bit in time. I'm always going to get this name wrong. I need to write it down somewhere else. Jacob, right?
Yeah. Yakov.
Jakov.
Smirnov.
It is actually written down here, but I keep skipping past it. So Jacob is absolutely being charged with this murder after a few days. But y'all are pretty darn confident that it was not him, and that there is still something out there stalking the streets of Epsom, killing people. Tobin, you're still getting all sorts of conspiracy theories coming in. The cops have actually not even connected this to any of the previous murders or anything like that. They're just saying that there was this murder and this dude was responsible. And Box Corp 2, the Revenge of the Son of Box Corp, is in the news yelling about this because it's, of course, it's a bunch of garbage and their employees being poached or whatever, and it's a whole thing in the news right now. It's very dramatic in podcast Verg right now, unfortunately for you, Tobin. So, y'all have an opportunity here to do a little mission if you want to. what would y'all
Yeah.
want to do about this sort of circumstance? You could try to like free him. You could try to figure out what the hell is actually happening and like set a trap for whatever is out there doing nefarious activities. Y'all could do a bunch of investigations and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
literally
okay.
thinking about a trap. Also, has in the past few days, has my neighbor, the doctor, acted any like odd? Because she kind of ran off.
I would say your neighbor is always really weird.
Okay.
Hang on, where was the NPCs list?
Dr.
Dr. Korvik.
Weirdo.
Dr. Korvik is a really, really strange person, to be honest. What you know of her is that she had some corporate background, and for whatever reason is now here instead. And she seems really quite bitter and displeased about it.
Okay.
So I will say she's been very, very weird, but to be honest, she's always kind of weird.
Okay, but she hasn't
may not be,
been
like,
acting like
advanced weird.
out of the normal weird, like, or relieved or something. Like, she's not acting sus, is what I'm asking.
I will say she is absolutely acting sus. Yes.
Okay.
Hard to say if
Check the
it's
doctor.
specifically connected to this, but it did very well could be. I mean, you could talk to her about it and stuff like that, or we can go into doing nefarious prep scenes, or
Let's do nefarious
Nefarious
trap. Let's do the
Nefarious
trap.
prep scenes.
Let's prep.
Okay. That sounds pretty good to me. So typically before doing a mission, embarkation, adventure kind of thing, we would do economic shock, and that might change your circumstances and stuff like that because, things are always changing here. I'm not going to do that this game because we are figuring out the
Yay.
system and the rules, and I want to make sure that we can sort of rampage through stuff. But I do want to give you all a chance to do prep. So I'm going to pull that up. It's page 50 in the heckin' Bookaroni here. Do. And so prep is a little bit like Blades in the Dark, where you have like points you can spend to do a bunch of stuff during the stuff. On the top of your sheet there, you've got stuff where it's like spend one prep to boost a roll, boost a defense, activate items, ignore harm penalties for an action, and stuff like that. That may all be particularly useful pretty darn soon. Also, I feel during this there may be someone who needs to make a roll too. We'll get there in time. But first of all, we've got a group prep and then a personal prep. So I think if y'all give it like mysteriously 8 days of prep time before doing some sort of shigaminans, y'all could do a group prep roll as well as an individual prep roll for all of you and get a number of prep points to do cool stuff.
Yeah.
Let's do
Oh,
it.
you absolutely could leverage the conspiracy theorists. Someone or something on watch for the doctor. The doctor could be a good idea, absolutely.
Grandma army. They would never be suspected. Just a bunch of
Grandma
grandmas.
army. Yeah.
The Grand Marmy.
Yes.
I love that as a background activity, Tobin. If you're going through and like asking your podcasters to be on the lookout for strange things and stuff like that, you are going to get a lot of strange things. Okay, so let's do. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I have two things that I probably want to do. One that would be like in actual preparation, and then one that's like the day before when we decide to lay our trap.
Okay, awesome. That sounds good too. We can also do them as flashback stuff during the mission if we want,
Cool.
or we can narrate them beforehand, whatever you are easiest with.
Okay.
Well, let's do our group prep.
Yeah.
So for group prep, we sort of decide. I guess we describe what we're doing to prepare the group for the mission. Choose a relevant ability and specialty. So this will take roughly 1 week, and we're sort of just doing 2 to 6 plus ability plus specialty versus all of difficulty is 7. And I guess who is rolling this? Who is sort of doing like the overall prep for this plan? Who's taking the lead?
Quick
Is it you?
reminder. I have training montage. So when I roll for group prep, instead of rolling, I may choose one specialty or generic specialty to train. You take +1 to all rolls during the chosen specialty for the duration of your next mission. Your allies can still participate to get the bonus and still make their own prep rolls.
Oh, nice.
That sounds fantastic.
Ooh.
Okay, so instead of prep points for a group prep,
Yeah.
we get bonuses. for
Training.
rolls.
Or
Cool.
is
I
it
have a
just
gym.
you get that, and then everyone else still gets their bonus for the group prep? Is that how that works?
I think that's the way it works.
Okay.
So maybe maybe I get a bonus on top of that. The U is a little
Nebulous.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little nebulous, probably. So
All right,
it's
so
on page
let's roll.
77.
So-
Oh, and with my
Okay,
workshop,
pull
I
it
get
up.
advantage.
Ooh.
because of my workshop. Your workshops. You can grant benefits to your allies instead. Ooh.
And
Wait, so it's
then
instead of rolling all
also,
together, so when you roll for group prep,
for the gym, twice per mission, you or an ally can take advantage on a personal prep roll made by training.
okay, awesome. That sounds pretty rad, actually. So I feel like, and I could be completely wrong here, is that group prep is someone takes the lead on it, and we have a group pool of prep points, and then each of you can do your own prep as well, where you get your own pool of prep points that are tracked separately.
Cool.
So you
sounds
sort of
good.
have like the stuff you prepared as a team as well as stuff that you prepared individually. So
So
let's
how do you-
so I guess, so instead of group prep, we would just do the training montage.
Yeah, I think
So we would have that instead of a group prep pool. We would have that +1 to all rows and to specialty. I think that is something that they can make use of as well, because you've got that bonus for what's going on there. I think that makes sense. Hopefully. Does that sound
Yeah,
good to
so
y'all?
do we want
And then
do we want to
individual
have
preps too.
Yeah, so how does this sacrifices prep.
Mm-hmm. But it gives
So,
you a +1 on a specialty.
And yeah.
And then, because you can assist people, I think that allows.
Yeah,
other
I
folks
can
to
personal
take part in
train.
that too. Yeah.
Is this something we want, or would we rather have a pool of prep?
I mean, I think
It sounds like
pretty
we're gonna be maybe fighting or running or chasing
Okay, do
something.
we want to
so
just take
maybe
a fighting bonus?
I'm down for that.
Sure.
What do you guys think?
Yeah.
good. Yeah. I mean, I think I will say that I think that sounds like a particularly good idea. Let's go for that one.
Okay.
Okay. Fighting, generic fighting, or shooting, or can it go to a defense?
I think it is to a specialty, so it would have to go.
Okay.
I guess.
Quick defense is a specialty.
Yeah, because
I have
defense
+1
specialty. So yeah, it
tough
totally could go to a
defense.
defense. It could be quick defense or tough defense.
Quick defense? You guys
Quick
want to do
defense.
quick defense?
Quick defense would be fantastic for me.
Me too.
Same.
That sounds good. Let's
Yeah,
go for that
quick
one.
defense
And
is
then
probably
So
good.
plus,
I feel like this is probably
One.
not quite how this is supposed to work in the rules, but I'm here for it because I like giving all of you a +1 quick defense because y'all have prepared some scheme for this. That sounds great to me. Let's
Okay,
do
so-
individual preps as quick as we can.
Okay.
So this will be 2d6 plus ability plus specialty, and describe a little bit about what you're doing as a individual character to prepare for. You're setting a trap, right?
Yes.
Okay, that sounds good. Why don't we go through it? Because hell, you're doing a group prep, but we'll get to you last then for the individual prep.
Sure.
So how's about Mim? What are you doing to prep individually for setting this trap? Are you going to be the victim? Are you setting up security camera stuff? How are you preparing?
Maybe programming like a holographic image to blur the perp
Yeah?
and
Oh,
recording cameras. So it's just programming.
That sounds good. And you could probably try to set up something shielded from a drone gun so that hopefully you would be able to record whatever the heck is happening.
Oh yeah, good idea. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. The drone gun is a very, very silly thing too. So this will be represented as prep points, but that's stuff that we can take into account as it comes through. We can flash back to be like, haha, I totally knew about the drone gun and therefore everything is shielded. Okay, brilliant. So let's roll 2d6 plus ability plus a specialty that feels relevant to you for this prep, and then see what you get. The difficulty for this is always 7, so you get 1 prep for a success. For every 3 over that, you get more prep points.
Am I doing a personal roll or is this a group roll?
It's a personal roll.
8 plus what? I'm sorry.
So you're going to add your ability score to it. So this is probably going to be clever, I'm guessing.
8 plus 3.
And then do you have a specialty that feels like it makes sense for this too?
Yeah. Well, the hacking. Oh, wait. Hacking
Yeah, I think that totally works.
or
Let's go for it.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's
so
use
plus
that.
3 more.
And then plus your dice.
That was the 6 and 2.
Okay,
So
so
the
you got 8 plus, is that another 6? So I think that's 14, maybe, hopefully, possibly.
yeah.
Science math.
Yep.
Okay, awesome. So then you're going to get 1 prep for free because it's your first prep roll. You're going to get 1 for the success, and then an additional 2. So I think you have 4 prep because you are at 7, and then 1 more for 10, and then 1 more for 13. So you have 4 prep points. So you can mark those at the top of your sheet. That's pretty darn good, actually. You are well prepared for this. I'm gonna cycle down in zoom order for myself here. So, Avi, what do you do to prepare for this mysterious mission?
I think Avi's going to basically do a lot of work on Dork. You know, organizing, taking out the receipts, actually probably getting like a filing cabinet from Harlow and actually organizing their fucking space.
I'm so proud.
The training montage is just
so
like
you're
Avi
focusing on,
just, like,
on
taking
Dork and
boxes.
doing preparation stuff for it. Okay, awesome.
One of those like visors.
Oh yeah,
All
the
right,
like
so
accountant visor.
let's roll for it. That sounds like you're also using clever, and then probably
Mechanics?
or...
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds good. So tell me what you get: 2d6 plus clever plus mechanics.
All right. Do 8 plus 3 is 11 plus 1 is 12.
Sorry, I needed to get some.
Awesome,
I need to get the
awesome.
right.
So then
the
you
right
are going to get
montage.
3 because you
Perfect.
get 1 for free, 1 for hitting 7, and then 1 for hitting 10. You get 3 prep
Nice.
points.
Yay!
All right, Harlow, you're next. I like this montage scene. What are you doing, Harlow?
Me too. Me?
Just
I
in
am
super
okay.
broad terms. You have to be super specific.
So I think I would like to do some like reconnaissance. I have a specialty in activism and a specialty in government. I'm not sure if either of those, if I use that with cool, if I sort of like go talk to my contacts to figure out what kind of shit has been going down at Hergatz.
Sure, yeah, you can go talk to people, and then this can come out in prep for stuff that you've learned in social situations that could be relevant in time. That sounds
Yeah,
great.
I'm taking
So
people out for
let's-
drinks and stuff.
Let's roll it. We'll have the our cool montage slideshow involves you going out and chatting with a bunch of bigwigs. Maybe you're in a
Sounds
cool
good.
suit for it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Nice.
Yeah, it's a good
Puts
look,
on
it's a
the good
look.
look. Yeah. Gets Helen Tobin to help with getting on.
Absolutely.
Ooh, that's not a great roll for. Oh, I have a reroll. I have a
yeah.
reroll. Oh, there we go. That's an 11 plus cool is 13 plus an plus activism or government. Maybe government bigwigs would have information, so let's go with government. So that's 11 plus 4 is 15.
Okay, amazing. So that is 1 plus 7 plus 10 plus 13, so that's 4.
Plus
Nice,
4.
nice,
Awesome.
nice. Well done, well done. Tobin,
Okay.
you're next on the docket. What are you doing to prepare for this attempting to ambush some kind of space vampire thing?
Did we pick an area where we're going to be trying to spring this trap?
I'm not sure the folks have, no? Is that part of what you would do, is sort of prepare an area?
Yeah, I'm gonna on my podcast be like, look, we're not talking about any apple pie recipes this week. We're talking about all the murders that have been going on in the area. I'm drawing a line. We're not taking this anymore. We're mad as hell, and we're going to stand up against it. The police don't seem to be taking care of it like they should be. I've even heard that there's corporate investigators looking into this. Such neighborhoods as, I'm going to start listing off various neighborhoods. And the police have actually even said that it's unlikely the murderer is going to return to the scene of the latest crime. So if anything, this is probably the safest area. But I don't want any of you going out late at night alone. Bring at least 3 friends with you, and arm yourselves if possible. But at least not in this neighborhood. This neighborhood should be fine. There definitely is no police presence, and it's unlikely that the murders are going to happen again exactly where it happened last time. But that's okay.
That sounds fantastic.
Next caller. No, we're not talking about apple pie recipes. Next caller. And
Well, the apple pie recipes. Okay, fantastic. So this sounds like you're using cool and quite a bit of shigamanans in your prep here. So
Yep.
is this going to be cool, and then maybe even charm could be an appropriate specialty here? I'm not sure if that's one that could apply to this mechanically, but I'm cool with it.
Charm, I think, is only supposed to affect one person at a time.
Yeah,
So
I think so too.
I mean, I could just use my podcast. I get one less
right.
point.
Yes, absolutely. That's definitely the right one.
But I also have a verified account, which gives me +1 on online stuff. So I'm right back to what my charm would have given me anyway. So
You got that blue
Awesome.
check mark, but good thing you
got
don't
that
have
blue
to pay
check,
for
I
it
was
yet.
gonna say, it's
Yeah.
not even $8.
I
You're
have so much I
fancy.
Did you hear that they're actually? Never mind. Never mind.
So,
Yep.
so I'm adding +6 to this roll.
Okay, awesome. Let me know what you get.
I just rolled a 10, so that would be 16.
So 7. Okay, brilliant. So then I think you have 5, don't you? Because you've got 1 for free, 7, 10, 13, 16. Welcome to 5. Wait, 4 prep. Wait, is that still 4 prep? I've got no idea. 7, 10, 13, 16. Free 1. You have 5 prep. There we go. That makes more sense.
Wunderbar.
Oh gosh, that's ridiculous. Sorry, just reading our internal comms. Okay, awesome. So mark down that prep. That sounds like a really fun preparation. I love the idea of you encouraging people to walk the streets armed and in groups, except for in this one area.
Except for exactly where the previous murder happened.
That's adorable and perfect. I love it very, very much. So Hel, what are you doing personally other than this group training montage kind of thing for
Doing a
preparation?
personal training montage. I need to be like water, my friend. I'm going to be practicing my Jeet Kune Do because this is cyberpunk, and that is what we do.
Awesome.
So it's going to be like shot of water to be like water, shot of vodka to be like water. And then going through the motions. And
That sounds good. So are you
I'm
using...
tightening my
Is this-
my badass headband, which is on my character sheet. As a Street Fighter, I get a badass headband.
You do get a
This is-
badass headband.
That's so
It's actually
cool.
one of my favorite choices in this entire book for character creation, because Kelly had the choice between a first aid kit or a badass headband.
The badass headband cannot be purchased or acquired. It has to be earned according to the rules.
Yeah.
And it gives me +1 to cool defense permanently.
Well,
Right? It's like
the
they're
choice was clear.
It's super badass.
the choice
to
is
be
clear.
honest.
Let me just expand this to its. There we go.
All right.
Full potential.
So,
Oh my god.
badass headband into training montage ahead. This sounds like you're using which ability to
Probably
prepare
quick
today?
and Jeet Kune Do.
That sounds great. So add those two with a D with 2d6 and let me know what you get.
Okay, and did anybody roll badly, by the way? Because I did have 2 advantages that I could give out.
I think everyone has rolled a completely
I think we did.
ridiculously good number, but if anyone wants to roll one more and
Do you-
see how much it improves.
I can use both advantages on me if you guys want.
I mean,
Hey,
how many
go
prep
for it.
points does people
you can
have?
go
I
all
have
out on it.
I have
Yeah.
3 prep points, but like,
I've got
I don't
4.
Okay. So this is plus my Jeet Kune Do and quick.
Mm-hmm.
15.
Amazing.
Yes.
So welcome to
Team
4 points of prep.
Yes.
Y'all are ridiculous. I love y'all. This
Also,
is
I'm
great.
sorry, guys. My bug curse is back again, and there's a big giant bug
no
on the
bug
ceiling
curse.
above me.
Oh,
I'm just
no.
waiting. I'm just
Are
waiting
they
for it to
cute, or
fall
are
on
they
me.
like an
You gotta
evil
take 'em
bug?
out.
No, they're those weird like stink bug beetle things that are everywhere right
beetle
now.
things.
Yes.
There's actually an infestation in BC right now.
No, I told
Oh,
you,
wow.
we're not
Too.
doing bug conspiracies. Next caller.
All right. So
Ridiculous. All right. So additional questions for conspiracies, though. Tobin, can you roll me a clever defense? Actually, let's not do defense. Let's make this an actual check. So roll clever plus anything that feels relevant to an investigation.
Hmm.
Because I think actually the way that this works is 15 is for prep, I think. Yes.
I don't have much unless it's some sort of investigation involving famous people or influencer types.
I mean, you're a famous person and influencer type, and this is involving you and your stuff. I would say apply that. Let's go.
Okay, I will add those in.
Did also you've got some time for it, so we'll just gonna see.
So adding 3, 4. So I've got a 9.
Okay, awesome. I'm gonna make a bargain on this one. You're not gonna notice it for almost the entire prep time. But as you're getting organized to go out to set this trap, you throw on the same reversible jacket that you had on last time. And this time you go to flip it back. And there's a very tiny little device attached to you.
What the hell? What is that?
It looks like you may have been bugged.
Oh. Oh, charming. Well, I know exactly who should take this, and probably take it to where the previous murder was, and put it back exactly where the location was, because if anyone's monitoring it, they will go immediately back there. And then probably contact Mim and Avi and tell them exactly what it was that I found. Maybe even try to take a picture of it to show off.
Yeah, you can send them a little video scan or fax them an image through the major fax device things. Awesome. And yeah, you two, that absolutely looks like a bug.
Huh.
You check yourselves, it doesn't seem like you've been bugged.
Krista is also bugged. Bugging.
Yeah,
bugging.
different bugs. I was gonna say that's very appropriate and a good reminder. So thank you, Stink Bug. Appreciate it. All right. So rampaging forwards into the plan, y'all are pretty darn prepared. Y'all are pretty darn organized. You have a plan. What is this plan? Exactly. You're going to the scene of the previous crime. Are you standing innocently in an alleyway trying to look delicious, while the rest of you hide nearby in box company place, or?
I think. Yeah, I think Avi's gonna hide away, because I think I can actually. I took one of the assets for my drone is smart, so it can act basically on its own. Hold on, it's 87. I noted the page because I'm a smart bean. Where is the smart tank? That's.
I have an idea.
I think, if you have the smart tag, I know what that means. You can tell it to do stuff. It's like semi-autonomous.
Yeah, so I can probably will hide away and then tell it to like either like I probably have like an old-fashioned like smart, or like before their smartwatch, but that's feature tech that it sends me a like a notification when something comes up, basically like an alarm system.
That sounds good. So if y'all are planning to hide somewhere nearby, excluding whoever might be the victim, I'm not sure if you're planning to have one of you be the victim or try to convince someone else to be the victim.
Did we have a hologram?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do,
So
was make a hologram.
Mm-hmm. Okay, awesome. That sounds perfect. So let's say that will cost you one of your prep points to set the holographic victim up. We can flash back to that preparation. Is it like a really cool disc device and it pops up a hologram of some particularly vulnerable looking person being like, oh goodness, my neck is so biteable. Alas, only the rays of darkness will touch me tonight. Oh,
Precisely.
woe is me and my vampire fetish.
Precisely. Dress it like all gothic.
Oh,
Okay,
my
awesome.
veins are so full of blood.
I know. I went to the inverse blood clinic earlier. Such drama. Okay, so you'll set up the holographic thing. If y'all are hiding somewhere, who would like to take the lead on getting all of y'all into stealth? Only one person has to roll for this, and you can actually lead the entire group. And you'll get your chances, which will sort of figure out how stealthy you are, and tests that y'all make during this will influence how stealth prone you are.
I have +1 stealth. Does anyone else have anything higher?
Where is stealth? I don't think I have it.
It is a specialty.
It's special.
Yeah, okay, I don't have stealth.
38.
I
Okay.
don't have stealth.
Okay, awesome. So then it sounds like Mim is taking the lead on that one to hide y'all somewhere nearby nefariously. So not a huge difficulty on this. I just want to make sure y'all can officially enter stealth, and we can talk for a little bit. Y'all get cool mechanics.
That's 8 total. Is ghosting the same thing? Do you add that too, or is that different?
So ghosting is the hacking version of stealth.
Oh, okay. So that's just 4, 8
Okay,
total.
Awesome. That'll get you in. I think here I'm counting it as roughly equivalent to a basic home security kind of thing, disinterested local security. So it's going to be difficulty 7, and you'll be fine. So y'all now have officially mechanically entered stealth. So you have 3 chances to avoid detection. That means unless stuff happens or the situation changes, in which case you may have to reroll stealth to maintain it, y'all are quite well hidden right now. So that's
Nice.
pretty good. Your hologram goes out. Neck perky and delicious. Position deeply vulnerable.
With a choker. Highlighting
Absolutely.
a neon sign.
I like to get a neon sign with the choker that's like just choker says me. Excellent. I love
Wearing a
this.
T-shirt that says "Bite me." With, like, the
Yeah, yeah.
fangs.
Yeah.
Okay, so sort of vibe for a little bit, keeping an eye through Dork with the cool robot drone. I feel like between Evie and Mim, you can get a feed out of what Dork is seeing down there below. And in surprisingly little time, all things considered, the lights are going to go out in the alleyway. That's okay. Dork's got visions for this. That's fine. But they sort of seem to flicker and are down again. Those security cameras that are to there, you can actually see physical sparks on both of them as they're hit with something. Dork doesn't seem to have any idea what the heck it is. And actually, from your hiding spot, where are you hiding? You like up on a roof? Are you inside somewhere?
Yep. Are we all
Oh.
together?
Yeah, you're all together, I think.
We're probably just hidden in buildings, right?
Yeah, you could be
Can
hidden
I use one
inside
of my-
the building next door.
I have a specialty in station infrastructure, so I probably know like the best places to like peek in places to get weird angle of views so that we can be close
absolutely.
enough but hidden. Okay.
That sounds good. So I feel like you're inside maybe one of the buildings nearby, able to kind of peer out at the rough area and getting better video from Dork. That sounds good to me. So actually the lights in there are going to flicker a little bit as well. They don't seem to be quite as targeted, but they're definitely having some sort of an interesting circumstance. And then Dork is going to report the sound of footsteps and point towards the street. And you will actually see someone you may have expected or may have not expected. Dr. Korvik is running full speed down the street, clipboard in hand, and what looks like maybe a gun at her hip. She's sort of looking around, looks up towards the alley, sort of squints at it, and then goes off in a different direction.
Huh.
And then it happens. Your hologram is out. Dork, looking in the alley, sees a blur of motion, but nothing super clear for a moment. There's a massive, some sort of EM radiation spike, but you've prepared for this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
hold
so I
on
think
to
that-
it.
We have a net.
That costs a prep, but I'm pretty heckin' sure that the Dork is able to handle this. And woo, hang on, what was that? You have a net?
Can we have a net? Can
Yeah,
that be
can
a
we have
prep
a
point?
point?
Absolutely.
Shoot
That
out
sounds
a prep
like a
point because
An
I have
electric.
it's using the drone strike feature that we just loaded up like an electric net as the
Yeah.
ammo inside a Dork to
Oh, that sounds fantastic. Okay, cool.
I'll send a
So
prep
we
point
do
for that.
the flashback for a moment of y'all loading up, like all of those receipts flying out all over the floor as you have a net up in there.
Yup. Take out the receipts, put in a net. Harlow's like, this is what you need this for, not the receipts. This is my filing cabinet.
Yes, here is a filing
Tobin's like
cabinet.
stapling them together in some degree of like order and fashion.
Yeah, trying to desperately organize them.
Oh my
That,
god.
that sounds great. Okay, so net goes out. You can tell it's fired. You fired at whatever shape is moving down there. There's EM static, pure mayhem, all of that stuff. And then it stabilizes. And in the net, sort of like moving slightly, is a humanoid shape. From here, you don't have a very good look at them. It's still quite dark in the alley. Whatever happened in there is still having some kind of an EM result, but it seems to be fading. But there's definitely a person in that net.
Let's go see.
I'll nudge Hell and the two
Yeah.
beefies will go over and
Throw an apple at it.
Throw an apple at it.
That's expensive. What are you doing? Throwing produce at it?
Yeah, throw a grenade. They're cheaper.
Yeah. It's an apple grenade.
that's a good
Not-
zinger.
The problem with an apple grenade is that if you don't have the most recent version, it stops working the second.
If you don't download the update.
Yeah, you
Ah,
have
damn it,
like
this
a-
is the apple grenade 20.
no third-party pins now. You only have like a wireless pin that you keep losing them. It's like
Oh.
it's
Yeah.
really inconvenient.
It's so annoying.
Headphone jack now for some reason is very strange. All right, so y'all burst from your hiding place out into the alleyway to get a look at this. And in there, in your net, is a young woman, someone that I don't think any of you have ever met. Probably mid to late teenage, like sort of in the, I don't know, 17, 16 kind of area for age. Yeah. Lying there, sort of softly whimpering a little bit, and trying to feebly escape from the net. This is very clearly, however, the person who impacted the hologram and broke it.
Harlow's gonna look at Tobin to be like, "You talk. You're good at talking." Holding
Not
them with
cool.
hell.
You,
Yeah. Tobin will step forward and take a look at them, try to get a clear view of who they are, and probably see if my "Hey, I know you" kicks in.
See if they recognize you.
See if there's any reaction whatsoever.
All right. So as you approach, you'll get a closer look at them. It actually looks like they might be wearing scrubs. And as you approach, she does look up at you and reacts, but not with recognition. She's going to stare at you and start hissing.
Well,
and
look,
sort of lurching in your direction and starting to tear at the net.
well, look at what the cat coughed up.
What's
What
up,
do you-
Rick? Cat?
What are you doing out on the streets this late at night?
What's your cool? Could you roll 2d6 plus your cool defense?
Cool defense. There's a cool defense. I love
There
this
is a
game.
cool defense. Yeah. It's very rare that you will actually roll it, but with some actions you actually, oh, crapes.
Plus my cool defense, because that's like off the charts.
I know this should be a very good roll for you.
Is it a
I mean,
roll
it's
plus
a very
the defense?
very good
Wow.
roll for them as well. It is, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was
It's
just
quite
the
rare
defense.
to do this. You just
so
really don't want to fail these.
That's an 18.
Okay, brilliant. Getting a closer look at her face, something is happening in there behind her eyes. There's like a subtle series of flashing lights and sounds coming from her jaw directed straight at you that feel really, really, really weird. You feel the sort of like pressure almost inside your skull, like there's just this kind of thing happening to you biologically, but you blink and look away, and you're kind of fine.
Do we
Well,
notice that?
I think this is a trap.
say-
Someone get a hammer. We need to.
Not really. It seems to be very, very directed. But y'all will notice her staring up at Tobin, hissing with like just a completely vacant expression, and continuing to sort of claw at the net and trying to get away from it.
Does
You-
this go? Sorry, go ahead, Kelly.
No, go ahead. I will act. You're asking a clarification question. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask if this aligns with any of like my conversations I had. Like, has there been news about like weird, like has some side effect from some Hergats thing been creating crazy people?
Crazy hissers.
Yeah.
I'll say not really.
Okay.
But whenever you bring that up, people seemed very quickly uninterested in talking to you ever again.
Interesting. Okay, so
Suspicious.
That quite suspicious. Yeah, a bit of an interesting flashback to some very quick door slams in that conversation there. If you're approaching folks on their corporate ladder.
yeah,
Yeah.
interesting. Okay, yeah. All right, go ahead, Kelly.
Speaking of folks approaching, you'll hear a set of footsteps approaching down the street in the other direction. They are a familiar set of heels. Avi will recognize this is almost certainly Dr. Korvik coming back in this direction, but she's not here yet. The shape, well, I guess the person in the net is going to keep flailing fruitlessly towards Tobin because they did really, really bad on 2 rolls now, and this is just their lot in life.
Okay. I think we got what we need to do. Is there a Titan button for this at all?
Yeah.
I'm gonna push the button to tighten the rope if it's a physical button.
Yeah.
Otherwise.
That sounds good. Yeah. So the net scoops in around her, causing her to be even more tightly wound, sort of wriggling around. Now maybe this is like a vampire snake.
So did you say Dr. Korvik
direction.
was coming back, we heard?
Yeah, absolutely. You can hear the footsteps clearly down the empty street at the end of the alleyway.
Let's hide and
actually, it sounds like
spring
there
on
might
her.
be additional footsteps here too.
Hide. We can ambush her.
Yeah.
You be quiet, Hissy.
I'll let you keep yourself from before. I don't think this person's gonna give y'all away at all.
Should we leave
Sort of
her
hissing
here
angrily
as like a lure?
as you leave? That's a good question. Are you gonna leave her here?
No, I'm gonna put her
Yeah.
under a box.
Snake style. She's a snake.
Just
She's a snake. I'll put her under a box.
on top.
Yep.
I'll be like, nighttime.
That sounds great.
And then she just
All
like,
right.
shh.
Yeah, he goes to sleep.
She's a parrot.
Yeah. Or like a
Yeah.
dog.
Y'all pop back into your hiding place. You set up just as you were before with the trap, and you can see through Dork's super cool television into what's happening in the alleyway down below. And yeah, Dr. Korvik does come sprinting around the corner full bore. She's actually like taking her heels off and is holding them in one hand and what looks like some kind of weapon or something in her other hand. And she sees, so you've just sort of put them in a box, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it like a big cardboard box? What is this
Yeah,
look
it's like it's like an apartment, you know, it's like a cyberpunk apartment sized box.
Yeah, okay.
It's like a refrigerator box. I'm assuming there's a bunch of cardboard boxes in this alleyway from Boxco 2.
Yeah, oh,
Son of
absolutely.
Boxco.
Tons of boxes here. So she's going to stomp into the alleyway, followed by her own drone, actually. She's got a little medical drone, you would know, Evie, that's going to scoot around with her. And it starts booping around. Around the corner behind her, you can see actually another couple of shapes are there. One of them, let's see, you can't really see super clearly, but the second is quite unmistakable to you, Hal. That's Big Greg. And he seems to be sitting at the end of the alley, just sort of like breathing heavily. And she's gonna walk into the alleyway with her little drone, sort of like beep booping and scanning boxes, and eventually
Greg.
we'll find the one with this person.
Big Greg lost his sister?
Yeah, a few months ago.
All right. So as they're approaching the box, I think it's time for a dramatic shadow reveal, everyone.
Sure, yeah.
Yep. Yep, just all step out.
So I think it's probably good if you tell us what's going on, bud.
Wait, which one do you approach?
I think we're just kind of doing like a 4-person party or a 5-person
We
party.
just all
loom.
step
I forgot
around
I
the
was-
corner dramatically.
Boom. Like just step out of the shadow, just
sounds good.
loom
That sounds
in the
good.
TMNT formation.
Awesome, Blossom. You step around the corner and you said you think it's about time you tell us all what's happening here.
Yep.
Dr. Korvik is going to scream and fall over because she had no idea you were there.
So we caught your
Then
snake.
We'll pull herself back towards her feet. Oh, she says, then goes back to trying to like organize her hair and look a little bit more formal and professional. I guess the social mood here is maybe hostile, to be honest. It's a
Maybe.
really tense situation.
So, what's
She
up,
stands
Doc?
back. She's holding on to what looked like a gun, but is now clearly some kind of medical device.
Can I use my specialty placate to try to lower the hostile mood?
Yeah,
You want to use my
absolutely.
drugs?
She's sort of like
yes.
All the
standing
Reach into my
between
pocket.
you
Is-
and the net and looking like
Yes.
maybe she should do something over towards the person in the net and like looking honestly like a deer caught in headlights at the moment. So if you
Can-
go to placater,
wait.
what kind of vibe are you doing or what are you saying?
When we all do the shadow reveal thing, Tobin is like
Until
Huffing-
it's happening. What's up, Doc? I don't think she has a response to this at the moment.
is
She's
huffing
in
on a
mode.
large hand-rolled, shall we say, special cigarette, and flicks it across the alleyway. When a deep exhale of smoke goes, now, there's no need for violence. We've had enough of that, don't you think?
Okay,
Yeah,
sounds
tonight we're
good.
serving up
Roll it.
we're serving up Cyber Snake.
Tonight we're serving a cyber snake. Let's role placate for this and see
Okay.
how this works.
All right.
I will
if
say
this goes well,
It's gonna be versus.
+1.
Do it,
Full
do
defense.
it. Come on.
She actually has a
Tobin.
character
quick-
sheet. This is my test character that I made. I was figuring out how to make characters.
So I got a 12 altogether.
Oh yeah, that sounds great. So placate a success. The mood will improve somewhat. Where the heck is social mood?
Quick reminder, everybody in the chat, we have a giveaway happening at the end of this game. So if you type !training, you can enter to win.
That's
And that's
exciting.
anybody who's
What'll they
not
win? What'll they
a
win?
Training.
mod. Yep. So Allie, I think you're allowed. I think the rest of us aren't though. So
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But if
it'll-
you want to make me a mod, I could withdraw myself. No,
Then also. All right. So socially, I think
I'll
the
keep
mood
that
will
into
then
consideration.
improve to formal. Well done, Tobin, on that.
Oh, you better fix
and
this
she's
there.
gonna stop and go.
Takes his hat off again.
Yeah.
All right, I will tell you everything, and sort of gestures towards the other two.
Convenient.
The first one, expected. Big Greg wanders out, and Tobin, having seen both of their faces, there is a striking similarity between the two of them. She looks like a very small Greg. The third person, however, might be a bit startling to you, Mim. That's So-yeon.
What the hell?
She's walking in
That's
with
it.
her hands up, going, I didn't really know either. I'm sorry. I just wanted the software in her head. I didn't know this is what was happening. I was just trying to help out. The doctor hired it's she's gonna stay with her hands up awkwardly in the corner for a little bit here. Big Greg, however, is going to approach, put a hand on the doctor's shoulder, and look you straight in the eyes, Hal, and go, well, this is June.
Huh.
This is my sister.
Yeah, I kind of figured that, Greg. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Voila. I'm gonna remove
did
the box
something
from,
to her,
from
man.
her, like one of those like a plate reveal.
Ta-da.
I'm gonna be like, voila.
Yeah.
Snake.
Wait, hang on. You're not removing the nets, are you?
No, the box.
Right, of course. Yeah.
Somehow there's
I
like
should
the
I feel
smoke
Dr. Corbett's figured out
underneath.
what that is anyways. Yeah, dramatic
It's
smoke.
yeah. You know what it is? I lit a piece of hickory and left it under there.
Oh, hickory smoke.
That sounds good. That sounds good.
Hickory smoke sister.
It's gonna put a hand on your shoulder and say, we're so close, man. We're so close.
Man, she's killing people.
What? What are you close to?
So Giannis again is gonna say, I didn't know she was killing people, I promise.
We're gonna have to talk about this.
Yeah, absolutely. He just repeats, we're so close to getting her back.
What's the software? Where's it from? Why does she have it in her head?
Those corpo fucks did something to her. Dr. Kravik, however, is going to say, her gods Lao did something to her. Well, specifically, hang on, gotta find a name here. Dr. Hausler, scruffy hair, complete asshole, really hate that
Dandelion looking
guy.
motherfucker.
Yeah, really fucking hate that guy. Did this to her.
What is it?
I don't know how to explain. It's like a biomechanical slavery rig that runs literally on human blood, she says.
And so they put stuff in these guys to drain the blood?
She's basically a walking tank, and her power source is blood. Yes, for real.
Why do they,
I don't
do they
know
normally
why.
go crazy like this?
I don't. Maybe if they're not fed. We've been trying to synthesize something different, or at least make some changes. And she looks sort of awkwardly towards Greg, and then towards you, and does sort of an awkward smile.
Becoming
Is
a
that So-yeon?
vegetarian's always hard.
No, that's the Dr. Korvik. So-yeon is really staying to the side and trying very hard to convince you that she didn't know that this thing was killing people.
Okay, I'm confused. So, you don't seem like you knew that we were here. So why would you bug me? Unless it's not your bug.
Bug you? She says.
Crap, somebody else knows we're here.
No.
Can I track
That
the
sounds like a
IP?
good, fun, dramatic moment.
Mhm. Yep.
Can I track where the IP of the where the bug is connecting to? Sending.
Totally. Yeah. I think Tobin
Back
brought it
trace it?
very amusingly. So you can grab it and go head towards connecting it to your device. And you're going to hear a very, very smooth, very large voice from the other end of the alley. No need for that, little lady. And then a real sly grin from Bloodhound from before. That
Straight here.
massive
Ding.
Men in Black looking mother trucker. Doesn't seem to have the other doctor with him at the moment. It's gonna look at you, Tobin, and it's like, well done, good catch. Sly grin.
Well, crap.
What do y'all do?
Is he a bad guy? He's a bad guy, right?
Well, he's a big fan of Tobin, and he's super shady.
Oh, then definitely a bad guy.
Hey, wait.
But I'm also a fan.
Did he come up at all in my in finding out about stuff? He's like a Goliath bigwig.
I
They're
mean,
not
absolutely
a
could
bigwig,
be.
but
Yeah. We can go back to that, and you can have some info on him if you want, with a little bit of prep flashback.
sure, I'll spend a prep
opportunities.
point.
Yeah. So you will know that Bloodhound is a Goliath employee,
Mhm.
but very connected to Hergott's Lao, and is basically always seen with Doctor last name. My notes are too
In my
large for
head, I
this.
was thinking like employee of the month. Like just
Dr. Hausler. Yeah. Employee of the
Hausler?
month could be pretty good, actually. But is regularly seen with Dr. Hausler.
Hustler or Houslow?
Hausler. Hausler.
Oh, in the middle.
Houslow.
Okay.
Yeah, I know, just to
Perfect.
make it complicated.
Yep.
He does, however, seem to be here alone, which is either very friendly or very brave.
So,
Hmm.
are you here to get his number or to get her?
Give her to me.
Oh, I
No.
don't think
She's
we
continuing
can.
to wiggle angrily and try to bite anyone that comes near her.
don't-
Greg and Dr. Korvek, alternate doctor, are going to stand back sort of next to you. Well, actually, Greg's not going to. Greg's going to sit there next to his sister and sort of awkwardly try to stay out of biting range.
That's not gonna happen.
Yeah. Sorry.
Hey, do we get to hit somebody? This is gonna be a lot of fun.
We might. However, I'm a little worried about time for it, so we might have to do one round real quick as fast as we can.
Tighten
do
my
it.
headband.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Jackets off.
So
Someone
Bloodhound is
jump
going to go.
On someone else.
Deeply unfortunate for you. And then he's going to open his mouth a little bit wider than feels humanly possible, pop fangs, and just shoot across the alleyway faster than you could really conceptualize.
Oh
He's
no.
doing a rush action straight at you, Tobin. He has some nice bonuses on this because he's outnumbered right now.
Oh, he's got that. I almost took that.
Right? It's pretty nice, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, why didn't I bring
Oh
my
gosh, what the
riot
heck's
gear?
Bloodhound? There we go. Okay, so it's gonna do.
Actually,
I
can I
just
spend
have
a
our
prep
quick
to have my
defense,
riot gear?
Tobin.
Sorry, which one?
Quick defense.
My quick defense.
Remember, it's
is-
+1 because of
Oh yeah.
Training
damn it.
montage.
Oh, yeah, right. So 9.
Okay, awesome. Just gonna grab my combat. So combat actions are a little interesting in this, is that they're always a 2-part, and we'll go through it for all of y'all next. You have a 9, so you are unfortunately going to take a hit, but it's not as much of a hit as this probably could have been. So on your sheet, please mark the second box. And there's something that's really interesting about damage in this. So it doesn't do any more damage. It's not like you've taken 2 damage, but you're marking the second minor injury box. So this was
Okay.
almost harm, but you're pretty good at having defense. Apparently, you're 1 away from harm. So this has no effect on you mechanically. You can still mark the first box, but if you would mark the second box again, then you mark the next one down, basically. So you can actually get shot and be seriously injured, and then be punched in the face a bunch and not have any more mechanical troubles.
Yeah, at a certain point, you just stop caring. You're just,
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah, exactly. Which I think it's kind of neat. You're not like building up towards something. You've got like it makes each wound feel kind of individualized, and also the tracking device is one of these things where it like can be done in combat, which is fun. Okay, so you mark that down. He's gonna come forward and faster than basically you can imagine. Is just gonna punch you in the gut real freaking hard, and then hiss at you. As is tradition.
Tobin's collapsed to the ground, like gasping for air. Go.
Yeah,
Well,
that was a nasty hit. Let's do something that's called a solid
there goes your
state
shout
initiative,
out.
which is that all of you go all at once together, and then the world reacts to you. So you can choose amongst yourself who's going first, who's taking what action. Y'all just let me know. The cheat sheet combat actions are pretty extensive, but there's also you can just do like a generic action of some sort if you want to. Although I think that those ones are way cooler. If something says you're taking an attack, that's almost certainly a quick or a tough attack, and it'll be versus their quick or tough defense.
Definitely doing a drone strike with my drone.
That sounds good. You're gonna go drone mode. That sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Does that sound good for Eva to go first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, awesome.
She's gonna like press a button on her wrist. So making a range attack is probably quick.
I think drone strike might be a specific.
It just says making a ranged attack. It says make a ranged.
Never mind. Sounds
attack.
great. So it's quick.
Okay, quick, sweet.
And this will be versus. Does it say what it's versus specifically, or is it just a ranged attack?
Oh, it just says a ranged attack.
Okay,
oh wait. I think it says cool. I think it said cool. I think. Oh boy, where is the tag?
You know what? I'm bringing back Katana. That was too good of a song.
Do it.
That is such a good song. I'm here for
Ooh,
it.
or...
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it
I
might
think we can
do
just do a
this.
range attack and go with it from there. I think we're good.
Do.
So add quick and relevant skill to it.
Cool, I'm gonna use robotics? Would that work? Or mechanics?
Sure. I'm not sure if it does, but it does. Let's go. I think it does.
Or
It
cybernetics.
makes sense to me. I think robotics or mechanics makes more sense because you're doing it through your drone, right?
Yeah. Okay, so that's gonna be 11.
Okay, awesome. That is definitely a hit. Let's mark some harm.
Mm-hmm.
So what kind of weapon is this? What does it look like?
So I think it's gonna be like almost like a laser pulse. So I think it's gonna be like a super like Star Wars like pew gun kind of thing from like the stormtroopers.
Okay, awesome.
It's gonna make that sound effect too.
It does the whole pew, pew, and then a dramatic sort of
The
thing.
red.
Okay, rad.
Yeah.
I feel like there's usually a two-part kind of thing for these sort of actions, but let's just go with that one for now. Who's next?
I'll rush in if nobody else is going to.
Sure, yeah. So there's a rush action. So in this, you can either do melee or ranged, and then you rush your targets. They gotta make a tough save versus your attack roll, or suffer your choice of being pushed back, knocked over, and stuff. Also, we forgot to do that for Tobin, but you said you were knocked over anyway.
So I'm gonna use a. Ooh, so what? Are there any like things nearby, like a dumpster or something like that?
Sure. Or you can prep to have something.
You know what? There are walls nearby, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everything is a weapon. I'm gonna use Jikundo to smack. Jikundo or a rush, because I've got a specialty in rush.
I mean, the rush might be more in line with
Cool.
using the... Yeah.
It sounds good. He's just been shot. I'm gonna rush up and just smash his head into the wall as many times as I can.
That sounds fantastic. So make a melee attack with a bonus for rush on this one.
How does prep work? Does that help on attack rolls or anything?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can spend it to give yourself, it's at the top of your sheet, you can give yourself a boost. So that's straight up plus 1d6. You can also use it to boost defense, activate, etc., etc., etc. You can
I'll
use
spend
it to
a prep
boost
for that. Now, I do have a bonus, so
3d6.
everything is a weapon is the first time I gain advantage for using an element of the environment, it turns into a boost.
You're using the wall?
I was just gonna like.
You know what?
I love it.
Yes, I think this sounds like an advantage. You have this all set up. You prep for it. So actually, this is now 2 boosts. By the way, these stack.
Oh.
So you are rolling 40s.
So that's only if this is a quick action, or is it tough?
It could be tough.
I guess
it's up to you.
It's.
Tough
I'm gonna
or
say it's quick because
versus
it's
tough or quick.
That's only a 14.
I mean, that's still better than his defense. So it's gonna be okay. Awesome. He's
Just-
gonna get a little dinged up here. All right, so you slam into him, shoving his head against the wall. This should do much more damage than it has, to be honest. This guy is clearly heavily augmented, but he doesn't seem very happy about it. Regardless, part of his face is actually going to crack open as it impacts against the brickwork, and you can see some like mechanical jaw contraption thing going on in there.
Arlo! Actually, kid, when he rushes up, he's still gonna instinctively, as he rushes past Harlow, go behind.
Yes, line cook.
So good.
I can either try to distract, but if we're not doing another round, then that would be kind of pointless. It would just
I mean, we
basically be
might
like,
if we go super quick on it. We'll see how this
Yeah,
goes.
and you
Okay.
can give a bonus to whoever does the final hit too.
yeah.
right?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
come
okay.
in with some fisticuffs. So
Okay, so in the corner, because she's not really a fighter, she's trying to get the hologram back online. But it's like twice as big. It just very
Awesome.
confusing and bright. And there's the neon sign like pointing at the deck.
So-
and now there's like 2 of them.
This is a 2-parter attack, so you still actually get to make an attack as well. So you could grab your hologram, whip it at him, and then that can be the distract as well as it activates. And then
Okay,
it has to go
nice.
versus a cool defense.
A
All
giant
of the
flashing
attacks
sign
are
that says "Bite
2-parters.
me."
I guess the
Yeah.
important thing to know too is that as we do multiple rounds, you can't do the same action that you did last turn. So you have to keep shaking it up a little bit, just sort of to keep the momentum
fun.
up. But
That
alright, so
is
this
a
sounds like a
really-
ranged attack if you're whipping it. It's probably quick by how you've described it. So then let's do quick plus a couple of d6. You can spend prep to make this boosted, so you have 3d6 if you want to.
Yeah, so I rolled a 3. Then, oh god, I lost my character sheet again. What is the, what do I add again? Here it is.
Hang on, let me pull up I have your sheet over here.
I got it.
Conveniently. got it?
So quick. Well, I don't really have any specialties that I can add.
That's okay. You can just add your quick to it. And then you remember before you roll, or
Okay,
you
plus
do this
2.
before you roll, you can use prep to add 1 more d6 to this.
Oh yes, add the prep. I thought that was
Boost.
automatic, but it has to be stated. Got it. Okay, so the roll is 3, add a prep. 4.
So you can add
Quick
1 more
is-
d6 to that if you want. So did you roll? You rolled
Oh.
2 dice so far with a total of 3, right?
Right. So add 1 more is the prep,
Yeah. Add 1 more because you totally prepared this in advance for some reason.
which is a 6.
Okay, brilliant. So you're at a total of 9. And then what's your quick?
2. So
Okay,
11.
awesome. So that I think that'll hit and do a little bit of harm.
And then
Not
that
quite
that
additional
should
box, but some.
distract everyone if it was successful.
So now
to
there is
Give
a
allies.
They gotta
an
do
advantage.
a cool save versus your attack roll. So you had was it 11?
11.
So let's see how cool save. Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
Just completely and utterly garbage.
I
rolls.
love it when you
Yes.
when we're punching you.
Cripes. My saves are so good.
Oh no. What was
Are they?
it?
It was 1 less. Yeah. I mean, yeah, my defenses are pretty darn good on this character. Yeah. Actually, the other character has better defenses, but they're currently in a net biting at the air, so they're fine. But you know, okay, brilliant. So I guess describe what this looks like. Does it just sort of pop up into like a pile of neon lights and pure mayhem?
Yeah, and like I said, it's like twice as big. It's very bright and kind of flashing and neon lights and confusing.
Okay, sounds good. And you could also like make this so that it would affect multiple people. I feel like everyone here knows you were planning to do this, of course. At least those who you brought with you, but I'll roll for the others to see if they're kerfuffled too. You have advantage to attack literally everyone here except for Big Greg, who for some reason is so ready for this. I don't know why you would attack them, but you could if you wanted to. Big Greg is an unstoppable nonsense machine. All right, so let's continue our solid state round. Anyone else who wants to attack Bloodhound has advantage on this, which means you add 1d6 and then drop the lowest.
Wonderful. I think I might also use a prep point to boost that. And so Hell's got him pushed up against the wall.
Yep.
She's gonna take kind of one step. They're gonna take one step back and then just bolt at him and just do a flying knee, like right into his kidneys.
That sounds good. Are you doing a
does this
specific
count
rush
as
action or?
No, I'm just doing a tough attack. But I
Okay,
do have a
sounds
specialty in fisticuffs.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Nia cuffs.
Exactly. Yeah. I guess. Yeah. Well, actually, you know what? No, this is gonna be more Harlow. Harlow's gonna cock her fists, and just boom, and do two like really big punches right into his side.
A combination.
That sounds good.
Combo.
Combo.
That's 11 plus tough of 3 is 14 plus specialty is 15.
Okay, awesome. Oh, cripes.
Oh wait, and we
Oof.
got +1 for fighting, didn't we? Because of the training montage.
No, it was to defense. It was to defense.
Oh, it's to
Yeah,
just
it's
we
to
did it to
defense.
defense.
Quick
Yeah.
defense.
Right. Never mind.
Okay.
Sorry.
As you
Yeah,
slam into
that's
him,
okay.
more of his sort of like outer layer, it seems like, where the skin is going to crack and crumble. There's definitely like biological components underneath there too, but there's something mechanical underneath the surface. And then again, last
Make
but the
worried
absolute
eyes at
least-
Hell.
But what you doing? Like Tobin's next, right? Oh, Tobin,
Oh, sorry.
you doing stuff?
Yeah, I'm trying to take cover. I'm probably
Hide. Run away.
scrambling
Yeah,
to
that
what's
sounds
left
good,
of the
that sounds
overturned
good.
box.
So you can make a range attack while you do this.
I don't
Oh,
really
cool.
have anything to range attack with, so
You could prep to have something to range attack with. You could throw like a microphone or random items at this dude.
actually, I'm probably still holding the bug, so I'll try launching that back at him.
Just like whip this tiny little thing as
Yeah.
hard as you can at
Yes.
this dude's head. Okay, you know what?
Click.
Sure, let's go.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get lucky and like ding him in the nose or in the eye or
No,
something
yeah.
like that.
Yeah, maybe it'll go in somewhere inconvenient for him.
Down his throat. You just start choking. If you really want to reach.
So what am I rolling against? My
So you're gonna roll quick plus
Quick, okay.
any relevant specialties. And you can spend prep if you want to boost this to add 1 die to it.
actually,
And
I'd
also you
say-
have advantage, so you're adding 1 more die anyways, and then you're removing the lowest die that you roll.
Okay. Well, okay, so I'm boosting it. I have an advantage, so that's now 14.
All right, brilliant. I cannot believe that this is the final blow. This poor
Yay!
thing. All right, so you whip this bug at him while scrambling for cover, and he's gonna turn to you hissing, and those teeth are now very obvious. You can see the full mechanism in there. There's like some kind of horrid jaw device happening in his face, and as he's sort of gnashing and snarfling and biting at you, you throw this bug directly into his mouth, which he's going to bite down on and then suffer a very small and startling shock, and then fall over incapacitated.
Ha! I made you eat a bug.
Cripes. And all right, I
I
feel like we
love
really
it.
only have a couple of minutes remaining now, right?
Yeah, we got about 5.
Okay, so then I feel like maybe we should step back a little bit to the nebulous, not quite in character, not quite out of character zone, and discuss what happens next instead of sort of running the thing. So Bloodhound has been taken out. It'll be pretty darn clear that whatever the hell June is, Bloodhound is the same kind of thing. They have the same kind of mouth thing going on. They're definitely different ones, but they're definitely the same thing, whatever the heck that is. The different characters here have sort of different desires for what they would like to do. So Yon was here to try to get the software to stun people because she thought that was really cool and she hadn't put 2 and 2 together. And Dr. Kravik hadn't actually told her that that was the case, or at least that's what Soyoung wants you to believe. That may actually be true, though. Who knows? It's up to y'all for whether or not you believe her. Dr. Kravik and Big Grave have managed to, like, maybe be able to point her in a certain direction, but they have had no success in preventing her from needing to literally feed on blood. Greg very much wants to do anything to keep her alive, no matter the cost. And Dr. Kravik seems to do anything, no matter the cost, to ensure that she is unleashed on Hergat's Lao, which would probably not end in her survival, but also maybe not the survival of who knows how many random corporate people too. So y'all sort of have the power in this circumstance. What sort of decisions do you think you would make as a group here?
I would encourage Tobin to bring the truth of this out, and the rest of us, like, use our connections and things to get the truth of this, of what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Because clearly they wanted to cover this up, so it's obviously a problem.
Definitely. Yeah.
So.
So I would just start hacking billboards in computer systems and putting it on blast, so it's just everywhere.
Yeah, good. So y'all are really getting the word out. That sounds good. What do you do with June? It's pretty clear Dr. Kravik can't really contain her and is having very little success on synthesizing whatever the heck it is in blood that she needs to live.
Well, what kind of blood does she need? Does it have to be human?
Does it have to be
Seems to
mine?
be, and it sure seems to be an awful lot of it.
So
I think
snakes and rats won't work.
I think we probably have to have a very hard discussion with Big Greg.
I think we have to.
And also,
put her
we
down.
don't need to decide right now. We can sort of
No.
like have the end on an ethical debate about whatever the heck we're supposed to do with this.
Yeah.
Oh, Tobin has an idea.
Oh.
So about a week later on the podcast, he's like, and remember, if you want, I'm doing another meet and greet this weekend. If you're one of those snake conspiracist theories, please come on down. I'd love to meet you personally.
Oh my god.
As far as it goes, this has been Tobin Slade. You're listening to Hi-Fi. And remember, if you're not high, you can bite me.
Oh my god.
I love y'all. So it sounds like y'all are keeping her alive and functional, and still figuring what the heck to do, and perhaps sacrificing the blood of random snake conspiracy theorists.
Yeah.
Isn't Harlow like an activist? Can you like raise funds for a rehabilitation research place?
There you go.
Put her
Yeah, potentially,
back?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I'll say
I'll
notably, Dr.
facilitate
Kravik
funders.
did none of that. She's fully motivated by revenge. She seems to have some personal vendetta against that doctor in particular, as well as that corporation. And she, to be honest, doesn't really give a shit about June.
Well, you know what? If she's helping June, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And all right, well, we probably should pause here for now, but I certainly had fun running this. I feel like we ran out of time,
Thank
but I
you.
still feel like we managed to get a fun overview of the setting and the world and do some silly, weird adventures.
Yes.
Hopefully,
I
y'all
think
had
so
a good
too.
time too.
Yeah.
It was good. It was a good wake-up game.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
yes.
was hoping it would be one.
It's
And
fun
it's
to
nice
just
have
be
one where,
goobers.
like, you know, we can sort of go towards a sort of set ending, but with pure nonsense in the middle. Because I would hate to do like Dunderworld first thing in the morning.
Oh my gosh.
Where it's like, please describe this town to me. Yeah.
It's a town with people.
All right. Any
not as
last minute
many.
questions before we head our way out? Any last minute things you want to make sure get resolved before game ends?
I would love it if we could resolve some donations, everybody. But everybody be sure to donate. Also, this is your last chance right now before, as we're doing our outros, to do exclamation mark training to enter to win some prizes. I'm not sure what they are right now, but they're going to probably be some Steam codes, I think. Well, we'll find out in a second. So, Millie, do you want to?
Pretty darn exciting.
Ooh,
2 winners. Oh my god, 2 winners in Steam. That's pretty rand.
Nice.
that's like more than one.
That's a 2 for 1.
That is a
It's
2 for
twice as
1.
good.
Wow.
Meow.
Thank you so much. Just a quick reminder that every donation that you give is tax deductible if you're in North America. It might be deductible beyond that, but check your tax laws before you donate a huge amount of money, maybe, or don't.
And
You know what?
particularly
you
in-
could
in-
YOLO.
aim for those in this group who have not yet met their donation goals, because then they get some really cool stuff from Extra Life, and we all get big smiles. It's nice.
Yeah,
and
who
your
actually
actual
is...
tax paperwork comes from the hospital that you're donating to, not from
Yeah.
Extra Life.
Yeah, so that's good to know.
Yeah.
Does
That
anybody
confused me?
is anybody still trying to hit their goal, like their OG goal? You
Yeah, I
are.
was
So
just-
Allie is.
I'm
really
very
easy to-
close though.
How close are you?
What I've raised 120 out of 200.
It's
Oh,
80 bucks.
That's
Nice,
80
nice,
bucks, guys.
nice.
Go do that.
Nice.
Go do that for Allie.
Yeah.
Please.
Well,
And you
and
can do
not
that
only
in the
is it
next
for
games
Allie,
as
it's
well.
Yeah.
for sick kids.
Exactly.
Is Allie in the next game?
No, but I can be in the chat and
You
like
can still donate to Allie. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
urging people to
absolutely.
donate.
Yeah. Donate to whoever you want. I hit
But
my original
whoever-
1,000 goal, but I'm
Whoever,
trying to hit
whatever you
2.
donate to, just donate goes to good things.
Exactly. That's
That's
what
true.
matters.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Well, let's do a quick little who the heck we were. But we probably are super late, so let's go a little super quick on this one. Hi, I love you all. I am and will continue to be bunny hearted. I am but a simple dweeb, and I love tabletop games. I'm really excited that I got to run this. I hope you all had fun with me. And I cannot wait to see y'all in the next game because I'm in it and I'm being a burb. It's gonna be fun.
I'm excited.
Continuing in a nefarious circular direction. Kelly, how you doing? Who are you? Where are we
Hey,
going?
I'm a dork, and I am also going to be a bird. See me in a bit for a cawsome time. Robin.
Oh my god.
Hi, I'm Robin. I'm going to be running these birds, and I'm about $500, just under $500 from my
Triple goal?
my triple goal. It would be absolutely wild if I could get $3,000. So
Oh my
yeah,
goodness.
come and donate to have me try and foul up these corvids.
Nicely
You're
done.
gonna be the bird herd.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna be the bird herd.
Michael.
Done.
Hi everyone, I've been Michael. I've had fun with this game. This has been amazing. You can see me next back on Dork Tales. And remember, if you're not high, you can bite me.
Oh my god.
Everyone, bye, Michael.
All right, Krista.
Take that shirt, please. Hello,
Yeah.
I'm Krista. I've been Krista, and I will hopefully continue to be, but we'll see. And I'm not in the next game, but I am running Valor, which is the follow-up to our Quiet Year game, which is going to be horrifying. So please come join it and cause much chaos, and bring around the transformation of different mechs and different anime people. So please give me Voltron.
I'm really excited for that one.
I'll see you guys there.
Yeah. All right, Allie.
I'm Allie, Dazed Apricot in the chat, Dazed Apricot on TikTok, and this is my last game. But thank you so much for having me, Dork Tales. I love all of you. So happy to play
Thanks for
under
coming.
one of your games, Miss Millie.
It
So
was so
thank
wonderful
you.
having you here.
Thank you all.
All right.
Oh.
Well, take care, y'all. Have an amazing and wonderful rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening. I'm going to put my dorky glasses back on so I can read my notes for the next game.
There you go.
And I'll see you next time. Yeah.
All right,
Bye,
and with that,
guys.
let's do that drive. All right, time to pull the winners. All right, Christine, let her rip. Drum rolls. Bong Master
Bong?
has won the giveaway.
Hell yeah!
All right.
Yay!
All right, go
And
Bong. And Chandra Magic has won. Oh, two of my favorite people have won. No nepotism, but like implied nepotism.
Congrats.
all right.
Congrats.
All right, you'll get whispers. Christine will tell you what you've won, and you guys can message each other when maybe do a trade if you don't like what you won or something. But whatever, I don't know. It's gonna be good. It's there are hand curated games from my Steam library, so I hope you enjoy those.
Huzzah!
Awesome. Congrats.
All right, so that's gonna be it from us. We'll see you in a Corvid affair in about 20 minutes. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Okay, y'all.